Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Right before we started there, Oki's Eden dropped a super chat, and I do appreciate that extra generous support, of course, so we'll put their channel up first for today. They have 843 subscribers right now. They're here with us for almost every live stream, and they found us just a few months ago. But Oki's Eden is still a channel I'm getting to know. But what they want to help us with, first of all, they say they're from southern Oklahoma, but they want to do some gardening, do-it-yourself projects, and then farm-to-table cooking. And I'm sitting here staring at this thumbnail for the cinnamon bread right there. This is really interesting to me. I eat like cinnamon raisin bread often, not all the time, but often, and that'll be interesting to see. So I'm going to take that video, I'm going to put that into a special playlist I have. We call it my catch-up list here, but it's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators, and I'll be happy to get another piece of content watched. But we can see how many cooking videos there are here with this creator, just in the thumbnails alone on the channel, and then some other product reviews, and like they say, do-it-yourself kind of goes along with almost everything on the channel, at least what I've seen in the thumbnail so far. This creator's got shorts on their channel that have done really, really well. 4,300, 6,100, another one at 3,700, another one at 3,500. So a lot of these shorts are getting into 1,000, 2,000, and even beyond, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now, hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams. It's been about a month. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. So thank you again, Oki's Eden, for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, of course, and they've done that many times before, but I certainly do appreciate it. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get Crafty Witch 232 on the screen right away, and then we'll start doing some introductions. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So we've got Scratch and PPA at the top of the wheel, of course. Jesse Journals and Unboxes and the Stock Explorer are both here as beloved and dedicated moderators. Michael's Adventures is also in the chat. He'll have a premiere for us right after Tuber Chat today at 8 p.m. Eastern, just about 3 hours from now. We have a lot of time to get to a lot of channels today. And over the course of the stream, I will add names to our wheel from our chat list. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of each stream. We always add members and moderators to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. So Poetic Tears, It's Chocolate Drop, and the Scouse Scratcher are all on the wheel as well. And then Michael's Adventures. Yeah, I didn't do honey today, but I am doing a hot drink right now. What I usually do, because I stream so much, like it's 9 hours of streaming over every 3-day period, if we want to put it that way. Every 3 days we're here, right? And you know, plus life and working and this and that. But you will find, if you haven't been here many times before, I'm going to talk for almost 3 hours straight. And so what I do is I alternate between something cold, something hot, and I usually do that throughout the day as well, just to try to look after that. But the sweet spot for Tuber Chat, we seem to have found at every 3 days doing a stream. That way it gives us all a chance to rest and not have to miss everything too much. But then just around the time that we're like, hey, when's the next Tuber Chat? It's coming up basically that day or the next day. The American Wanderer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They've got quite a bit going on. I see they're working on a couple of different things. The Siberian Wind is in the house. Brenda Huckleby is here. Blur Sunset is in the house. They're actually a longtime friend, I believe, that is in with either a new channel or they've possibly renamed it, and I could be mistaken. Blur Sunset is somebody I think we've known for several years, if I'm not mistaken, but they say today they happen to be Canadian, unless it's a similar name to another channel, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that. Angie's Oddities has been here from the beginning, and then Nikki Silver Stacker is in the house as well. I've got them on the wheel. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat, as long as everybody's still active in the chat. We should get around to saying hello to everyone. I know that Anfield Road Layout in the Loft is here. They're with us just about every stream. So Crafty Witch 232, this creator's name is Andy, and she is here with us for every live stream as well. I can't remember. I got to figure this out now. I wonder if it's possible to figure out how long Crafty Witch 232 has been with us. I think it's almost impossible, because this creator, so we see that I've watched probably every video, watched or run every video on the front page here, but they started posting videos a year ago or a little bit longer. But the thing about this channel is there's quite a few shorts, and they live stream almost daily. So I've caught them for many live streams. This is kind of cool because I see they've got a brand new video, and I'm going to put that into my catch-up list as well to stay or get or keep caught up, as I usually do. This creator's monetized and now working on 4,600 subscribers, which is great to see. Now, I believe the biggest reason for the growth on this channel is the fact that, first of all, this creator streams every day, or pretty close to it. You can see they're doing vertical streams, and we know that vertical streams get caught up in the YouTube Shorts feed. I wonder if they'll migrate this stuff into some kind of an easier to understand way of doing things. But vertical live streams have a tendency to bring in a lot of new viewers, and then it's just up to us to get them to subscribe when they get there. But Crafty Witch 232 has been doing really well with these. You can see that in the view counts here, and you can see she's also on for several hours. These live streams can go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, sometimes even 3, 4, and 5 hours long, and even longer. This creator as well has got shorts on the channel. This gives you a big idea of what they're doing most of the time, although their About section tells you that they craft all the things. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and even more. But most often what I've caught them doing is crochet, but they've done some cross-stitch, and 3D printing is popular on the channel, pardon me. So we see that actually they're cutting highlights out of their live streams, which is really, really cool. And this gives you an idea of some of what they're doing. But when I click on the popular ones, you see a lot of pop culture references here. And it took me a while to get to understand exactly what was happening. But there's a lot of mix between 3D printing and crochet in the majority of the videos here. And then 10,000, 14,000 views on a couple of these. So the live streams, like I said, just about every day. They're usually on, if I'm right, around 9 p.m. Eastern. Something like that, but you'll likely catch them, and we keep notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can. Himani Manjuro, Journey India, good to see you in the house. I think I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Himani Munjaro, Journey India. Pardon me. I can't speak for some reason, even while I'm reading. But it's good to have you here again. I know you were in on the last stream. Ron E. Adventures, good to have you back. Kyle Vlogs is in the house as well. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. New Horizons Above and Beyond is with us just about every day as well. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Lisa J. Stocks is in the house, and she's going to help us with our finances, especially making sense of what's been going on in the markets in 2025, which I'm sure has to be perplexing to a lot of different people, including myself. I follow a lot of cryptocurrency news and things like that, blockchain and whatnot. But along with that comes a bit of understanding when it comes to the idea of the stock market. And there have been a lot of unexplainable moves this year. So like I said, hopefully she'll help us make sense of it. I know she does on her channel. And then again, I know I say it a million times. Hopefully, we're not missing anybody. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is another beloved and dedicated moderator here in the Tuber Chat family. I think I've been making mistakes when I'm thinking about how long everybody's been a moderator. I think it's even longer than I think. We don't really have a lot here. You might see 10 of them in and out of our streams every day, but there's another core group of about 10. So we probably have around 20 moderators altogether that have been with us from the beginning. This channel's been here just over 5.5 years. There's Driving Daily. Good to see you in the house. So Jessie Journals and Unboxes, it's probably long overdue her obtaining a wrench, but she is the newest member of our moderator squad, if I'm not mistaken. And then, see, I'm starting to forget already how the order of everything. I'm confusing myself over all of this. And there's one of our longest. Corinne Pierce is here. So officially 60 months, officially 5 years of membership, if you can believe that. She's been a moderator the whole time, but thank you for that. Oh, and then, yeah, welcome the TNT Family Show. I'll tell you what, I absolutely will put you on the wheel right now. Welcome the TNT Family Show. Has been a long time friend, and yeah, things here in this particular channel and chat don't come down to super chats and memberships. Even though the channel is strong and solid, we do a lot of live streaming and there is a lot of that activity. It's absolutely unnecessary. So typically what happens is over the course of the stream, I add names to the wheel that you see on the screen from the chat list, and it's based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of this particular stream. And I'll add names as time goes on. It's just that we put members and moderators on there right away as soon as we see them, and then we do a couple of other things you'll see later on. 7 Stacks, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I feel like we know that channel, but forgive me if I'm mistaken, if you might be brand new here. Sports with Wolfie, good to have you in the house as well. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, over these 5.5 years or longer, has unboxed just about everything that you can. So when it comes to seeing the different types of things on the channel, she gets into crafting supplies, stationery, jewelry, snacks. There's literally all kinds of stuff. Now, a lot of the videos on this channel come from subscription services, and most of us have seen that. Mystery boxes. There's a popular site now called Cratejoy. It's been around a long time, where you can find just about all of the popular ones. And people can even make these subscription services as well. Then, Jesse Journals and Unboxes has a lot of Happy Mail on the channel. Sometimes prize giveaways. I know Gail's Health Journey was here earlier in the stream. That's Gail Southern Living. She's got a few channels and changes them up here and there. But she did a huge collaboration the other day, Fall Fest 25. This has been going on for 4 years, if I'm right about that. And Jesse was a part of that. She put out a video for it the other day. And thank you, Corinne Pierce. I'm going to get you onto the wheel, though, right away. And then when we look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, this creator also, like I said, has Happy Mail shoutouts for other creators and sometimes haul videos as well. Now, the content and the channel itself have evolved over the years. And this creator's now focused on a lot of collages and journaling and crafting and showing us the things she makes with the crafting supplies that she unboxes. So when we look at shorts on this channel for the last 5 years or so, this creator has been adding in all kinds of different things that they found within their unboxing videos. There's jewelry right there. There's some snacks right there. Washi tape is here. There's some stationery, bath and beauty products. There's a mix of just about everything here. Then live streams on the channel. Now, Jesse Journals and Unboxes is somebody whose support for all of us in this community has increased over the years, which is really tough when we're following more and more channels. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes is supporting so many people. I probably run into them every day in somebody's premiere or a live stream or more than one while I'm bouncing around trying to do the same thing. Musgrave Family Farm, good to see you in the house. I know you've been here since the beginning as well. And then Oh, thank you. Welcome to TNT Family Show. Yeah, we just actually had problems with the internet last week. We had to move our streams around, and I think we're on our fourth router or modem now, if not fifth. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, forgive me. So like I said, is working on 2,700 subscribers. This creator's so supportive to others, she can go live whenever she wants. So she does them sporadically, and she'll have a flood of support coming into the chat. And I'm sure that's people returning the love that she has sent out in the YouTube streets, if we want to put it that way. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up on the screen. Happens to be another beloved and dedicated moderator. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then when we look at Scratch and PPA, so we see another beloved and dedicated moderator. This creator is known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. Now, we have a lot of friends, not just moderators, lots of people who are here as often as they can be, and I certainly do appreciate it. I don't expect anybody to be here for any amount of time, and that includes our moderators. When everybody is here, I hope you enjoy the streams. I hope you make as many friends as you want to. I'm sure that you will. Rushing When Mountain, good to see you in the house. That's a perfect example of somebody who's here with us for just about every stream. But I know not everybody can be. We move our streams around. We don't have a schedule, so it's not possible for people to just plan and say, some creators go on Thursday night. Like Just Jason Keto will be live in a couple of hours. He's live every Thursday, right? Scratch and PPA posts every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere tonight at 8 o'clock. He does it every day. He's on twice a day now. And that can be beneficial to most channels. If you can catch Scratch and PPA for one of these premieres, they happen Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. Like I said, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we have here, faster than most that we see. And I believe the biggest reason for him, same as what I said about Jesse Journals and Unboxes, the support that they give to other people. So I would like to think that what draws me to all of the moderators on this channel is their overwhelming sense of generosity. And what I mean by that is the true willingness, without even speaking about it. I talk about it all the time here, but these are people who instinctively give much more than they expect to receive, at least, and especially when it comes to the idea of our YouTube journeys. I believe that that's the biggest reason why Scratch and PPA will have an overwhelming, high speed, high energy live chat along with his premieres. You want to see what it's like to struggle to say hello to everybody in a chat? That's your perfect opportunity. There will be so many people. It's not unreasonable for him to have 40, even 50, and even more people in that chat at a time, let alone how many people come through his premieres. Now, he posts with perfect consistency over the last over 5 years now, if you can imagine. And he's also had presentation at the forefront of his mind. So his bright, beautiful avatar here is matched by content in his thumbnails, as you would expect. But he's also got a hint about giveaways that happen in his video series. You can see that on the thumbnails as well. And then his banners updated every single week, if you can imagine that. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, and that is 5.5 years ago, a little bit longer now. And Scratch and PPA has an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So this creator, I happen to have been lucky enough to know them before they actually started the content on their channel. And what they decided to do was a twist on lottery ticket scratching, where they pit 2 tickets against each other and then offer us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow them. on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. Someday I'm going to stop calling it Twitter. I'm trying, but I'm not quite there yet. Instagram, X, or Facebook. So it sets his series apart, and it makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. There's a lesson that can be learned from that idea about building interactivity into your channel and your videos by using outside social networks. And that's a long speech, but there is a lot of benefit when you share on other social networks to bring people into your content on YouTube, let's just say. So Scratch and PPA expanded the content on his channel a couple of years ago as well when he took a trip to Italy, and he brought us some vlogging style shorts videos, which gave us a look around all the different areas he visited, and some Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. And then he brought his very first live stream from that trip to Italy as well. And I was lucky enough to be in the chat at the time. I know a lot of people will be excited to know that he's expanded the content on his channel and likely hoping for more. But we also know that this fellow Canadian is monetized. He's now working on 2,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then it is time for us to spin the wheel again. And I know that the source has come into the chat. So thank you for being here. And I'm missing a lot in the chat, I know. I'm not sure, Kyle Vlogs, if he's ever had over 100. So this gives me a chance to rant. And thank you for bringing that up. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat for a moment here, but I'll rant for a second before we get the Stock Explorer up here. But when we think about how many viewers a lot of live streams have, including here in Superchat, right? Things are always busy here. We will always have somewhere between 70 and 100 channels that will come through in 3 hours, right? The only reason I know that is because I keep stats for every single stream every single day or every time we're on. But have you ever noticed that when you go to some of the channels that you're in all the time, you see their premieres or you see their live streams, and there are people lucky enough to have 10 people in their streams all the time. There are people lucky enough to have 20. As your channel grows, you may eventually have 30, 40, possibly even 50, and even more. But there's never accidentally like 175 people watching, right? Almost never. And you have to wonder to yourself, wait a second, why is it always the same? Some of us have been doing this for years, and it's the same. How is this possible? So you know that YouTube plays games with the numbers. And that's my rant for today. But anybody here who's been in Scratch and PPA's premieres, like let's say 5 or 10 times, will be laughing right now saying, wait a second, he's right. Pete always has 40 or maybe 50 people in the chat. But why isn't it ever 85? Why isn't it ever 237? Like, why doesn't that happen? And that's been a frustration from the beginning. But I think all we can do is laugh about it. Otherwise, we'll drive ourselves bananas. Vintage Style by Joe. Good to see you in the house. The Stock Explorer is coming up. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. You can hear my air can. My mouse is doing that thing where it doesn't want to work. And there you go. Actually, yes, Just Jason Keto does have a hint for everybody. If you do those vertical live streams, you might actually get those numbers. And that is absolutely true. We've seen a few people who do get these accidental, like, it's not accidental, but you know what I mean, where they just get this huge flood in their channel. So Tuberchat I don't expect to ever change to vertical, because we're not after trying to get as many people as possible. We're only interested in getting as many of the right people. And what I mean by that is people of the same mindset. It's not for everybody. It's not for every YouTube channel owner. Not everybody's going to like it. It's for people who think the way we do. And what I mean by that, again, is willingness to give much more than you expect to receive in return. And forgive the way I talk about this. I've been like called out a couple times for like, why do you always speak like everybody's children? It's not that. It's that I just want to hit home for anybody that hasn't heard it before. This is the way that we think, right? Giving much more. And it's very important to put emphasis on that, because while it may not seem fair, life's not fair. We all know that, right? But if you can get yourself to a point where you understand, you want 3 comments on your videos, you go give 10. You want 3 views on your videos, you go give 10. And if you can be okay with that, if you can truly say, you know what, for a year, I'm going to give more than anybody, like I'm going to give all I can. And then a year from now, I'll see what happens. And if nobody does anything for me, I'll complain about it then. Because I promise you, you'll hear from the stories I tell today, people are going to do more for you than you could have ever asked of them. And moderators are just a small example of that when you hear the stories I tell about these creators. So I'll get on to it in a quick second. Beltloop29, good to see you in the house. They happen to be a member, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. I did get the source on the wheel. And then, yeah, Nora's here. Nora is... I'm quite sure here. Nikki Silver Stacker, yes, has shown a lot of support. And I promise you, and I have a feeling that with Nikki Silver Stacker, that's an idea, right? The idea is that, you know, why... Somebody might wonder, why do we have to give more? Why isn't it like, why don't we just, you know, we go and we do what we do for people and it automatically comes back? But there's so much to YouTube and the algorithm and the recommendation engine. And if you're live between 9 and 5, Monday to Friday, I can't be there anyway. You know, that kind of thing. And if, as time goes on though, you'll see there are people here who are here for Tuber Chat more than I could ever be there for them. You know, we're talking 9 hours a week. A lot of creators, there are several that are here, dozens maybe, for almost every single stream. And again, I don't expect it from anybody, but just to hit home the idea, I'm not on anybody's channel for 9 hours a week. Like, you know, I do my evenings and weekends as much as I can, sometimes while I'm driving, like as much YouTube content as possible from everybody in the Tuber Chat family. But I don't know if we even have anybody that live streams, except for maybe Crafty Witch 232. I was going to say 9 hours a week. I think she's got me beat. She probably does 3 times as much as I do. But you know what I mean. So these creators support you anyway, even though they know that you can't repay the favor. Now, the Stock Explorer is somebody who doesn't have a schedule. Nora is somebody, the creator behind the channel's name is Nora. And this creator can go live whenever they want, and they will have a flood in their chat. They don't even need to set them in advance. They drop them as pop-ups because I believe they do so much for other people. Not to mention, I probably don't say this enough, but Nora is truly a dynamic creator. This is somebody that, like, when you think about confidence in people on camera, that a lot of people, a lot of us, a lot of everybody has to build up, some people just seem natural at it. And I think that's a perfect example. Nora from the Stock Explorer here. And she does all kinds of stuff, but she's got tons of friends. She could do a StreamYard panel with 10 people with no problem all the time. There'll be people waiting in the background and everything else if she wants to, because of everything that Nora has done for everybody over all these years. And Nora's been with us for like 5 years as well. 20 to 30 hours a week. So you got me way beat. Crafty Witch 232. And I just, so here's an example, and forgive me, I'll get back to the Stock Explorer and talk about their content in a second, but I'll show you another example. Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who's been with us for what I believe is over a year now. I don't think it's 2 years, but it's over a year, right? Crafty Witch, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that, Crafty Witch 232 is live every day. I just said that at 9 p.m., and I just said specifically to Crafty Witch 232, I think in the last stream 3 days ago, that is my bedtime now. I got a new full-time job 6 months ago. I'm up at 4:45 in the morning, and I try to be in bed ready to start snoring at 9 o'clock. And that means that I'm going to miss 99% of her live streams, and she's still here anyway. You see what I mean? Of course there's benefit. I know people can make friends here and everything else, but you could understand if somebody said, well, you're not coming to mine, I'm not going to yours. You know what I mean? And that's not what we're doing here. This whole thing only works because we're of the mentality of giving more to other people than they expect of us, right? And I promise you, you have to do it for a very long time, but eventually it turns out that you will get so much support that whatever you're wishing for today, I promise you, if you come back to me in 3 or 4 years and say, you know what, I actually do have a lot more than I expected that day when you said that thing, right? So that's just an idea. And again, I don't expect anybody to be here for any amount of time. I appreciate every moment. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background. We got friends that drive and listen in. We got friends that work and listen in. We got friends that just let the stream run because they can't be in here and things like that. And then JC Calamity Jane is going back to being in bed at 9 o'clock again. Yeah, I mean, we have to do what we have to do. I honestly wish I was the kind of person who could live on 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night, but I can't. I don't know what it is. My whole life, I promise you, I feel like I've tried everything. I need my 8 hours, and I'm just not the same if I don't have it. I don't like to nap in the day if I don't have to. I like to nap. I love to sleep, but I don't want to do it all the time. Coastal Water, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Her and her husband, Backlash Fisherman, are longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters as well. Probably as long as the Stock Explorer, as a matter of fact. And when we talk about Nora's content, so this creator, the channel's called the Stock Explorer, but her content has evolved as well. Like I've spoken about a couple of creators, especially lately. The Stock Explorer started exclusively talking about the stock market and investing. And they even give what we call alpha to their audience. Look at these members only posts, right? I get to see them, so you get a sneak preview right now. But they've got members only content where they're letting you know some of the investment plays that they're doing. Nora, the Stock Explorer, Lisa J. Stocks, talks about this kind of thing as well. These creators are willing to show us exactly what they're doing. And a lot of people will say they love the transparency from people talking about stocks or investing or finances. The Stock Explorer has always done that kind of thing. They do it in videos as well. If you go back, you look at some of their older videos, or they're talking about Tesla and NVIDIA and all that. But they also expanded their content a couple of years ago, probably 3 years ago now, I forget the exact time, where they got into a lot of lottery ticket scratching. So they have a series lately called Scratching with Strangers, where they're literally meeting people for the first time, scratching lottery tickets with them, and listening to stories told by these new friends. And this is an interesting series. And then the Stock Explorer has always had variety on the channel as well. She usually has product in hand. I've seen this creator go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox it on a live stream when it came in. The Stock Explorer is working on 2,500 subscribers and is monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support Nora, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts bring pure variety on this channel. She's doing what a lot of people are doing, especially in this community, where regardless of category or niche, they're bringing shorts or variety into the shorts videos. And some of these have done really well, 2,900, 3,200, 4,700, and one at 16,000. We know that that one still gets views trickling in because we've been watching it for a long time. It's got to be a year by now, I think. And then the Stock Explorer does tons of live streaming. So actually, Nora's been doing a lot of vertical streaming too. I forget about that, but she has been doing that. This creator often will give us a chance to get to know Nora But she also gets into a lot of lottery ticket scratch battling with other creators and has always been known for talking stocks, a little bit of crypto, StreamYard panels, charts and graphs occasionally. And Nora, like I said, doesn't have a schedule. She just does pop-ups. They come up whenever they can, usually 2-3 times a week. But Nora does a perfect job of keeping up with the chat while she's streaming too. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Stock Explorer. And I'm just going to show you her other channel quickly. Tropical Buzz is where she brings the love of, oh, what's the name of it again? Oh, I can't remember the word for the life of me. And it's the love of plant life. And some of which is already there. She's going to just educate us about it. And some of it she's going to grow herself. I don't grow any. That's my excuse for not remembering what on earth I'm talking about. And Tropical Buzz has got quite a few shorts here already, and we'll likely see those continue to grow. She's over 300 subscribers on this second channel, so we'd love to push Nora a little bit farther towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. Yeah, plant nerd stuff is a better way of putting it for sure than the name I'm trying to remember. It's like a scientific name, the study of, what is it called? It's not botany, is it? I don't think that's right. Hugo Homestead, good to see you in the house. They've been a friend of many years also. And then, yes, Kyle Vlogs. Nora does a great job. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I think I got Coastal Water on the wheel. NDG Live is there. Rosalie's Craft Creations is also on the wheel. Let's spin. Yeah, that's true. That's the one thing I always forget about It's Chocolate Drops content is the plants that are there. The plantuary, they call it, which I fully understand. My dad loves having all kinds of plants around him, usually an unreasonable amount in my opinion. Poetic Tears is coming up. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Home by Design with Marilyn's in the house. Good to see you here. Poetic Tears is up on the screen. And this is another channel I'm still getting to know. So I'm just having a look at their About section. I'm literally reading while I've got it on the screen here. But it says raw heartfelt poetry, spoken word that speaks your truth, stories of pain, passion, and purpose. For every tear shed, there's a verse that understands, which is kind of cool. Hopefully everybody will connect with Poetic Tears. They've been here for just about every live stream since finding us. I think they've been with us for a couple months now, but I might be wrong about that. I might be getting ahead of myself. And forgive me, because I've done that to many creators. I always feel like it's longer than it has been. But that's because these creators, my excuse is that they've been so supportive. I see their name a million times in the chat, and it feels like they've been with us longer than they have. This creator's put out a few videos already in the last couple of days. I'm just going to take the latest one. Actually, I'm going to take your tutorial because I want to see this myself. I'm going to put this into that catch-up playlist that I talk about. It's just a fun name for a playlist we use to keep or get caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have started to move into 1,400, 1,500 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel. I started watching many more shorts lately, by the way. Ever since shorts came out, I really don't watch a lot because I'm on the computer 99% of the time. If I'm on YouTube, I'm barely ever on the phone for YouTube, and that's usually because I got multiple windows open and everything else. But over the last long while, if you go to your home feed, what you'll find is that they'll have, I can't believe they added games to YouTube a while ago. I'm very upset because I want to be running a gaming company before that ever happened, but that didn't quite pan out. If I go to subscriptions, here we go. I'll go to subscriptions, and then you'll see it'll give us a couple of shelves here, if we want to call it that, of live streams or different things. but then a bunch of shorts. And this is how I've been watching them. Because what'll happen is I'll be on this page for a second, usually on my personal account, but I'll be on this page and then I'll see a few people's things come up. And there's usually stuff that's a mix of really popular, like huge millions of subscribers channels, and people in the Tuber Chat family as well. So you can't tell because they don't put the channel name under the video on that page. You don't see who it's from or how many subscribers they have. It's probably a good idea for YouTube because that gives all of us the chance to have our shorts viewed, even by people who, if they saw how many subscribers we have, they may not click. And that goes for everybody, because I promise you, there's people out there who won't watch a channel under 1 million subscribers. There's people who won't watch a channel under 100,000, things like that, right? Not that it's right, but, you know, the world is what it is, and there's all kinds of different people with all different reasons why they do the things they do. You don't need me to tell you that. So let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel ready to go. It's time for us to take a break, and right before we do that, I'm going to play something for you. It's a clip from a video series on this channel now, and there's 5 episodes of this, a 6th one coming, and a couple more planned. But these are really informative. They're almost like interviews, but they're actually friendly conversations with creators we've known for a long time. They've all been with us for many years. Each episode features a different creator or a couple of creators, and they have been through all the things we've been through. They're going through all the things we're going through. The only exception is that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Tuber Chat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know,
Mm-hmm.
So always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways, but they will know somebody that's scale modeling and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in a weekend and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap,
There you go.
you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 Models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah,
and I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. You know. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yep,
definitely
improving over time.
improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure.
So I just want to show you a couple things quickly, and then we'll do that break, and we'll come right back. But yeah, Kyle Vlogs. So I do, of course, we do talk to all of the creators that were in these interviews. So that was Moz6510 Models, 2 Pineapples was in there, Danielle and James from Unstable TV, Edna's World, and then Curmudgeon Alaska. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia has also done a complete interview with me. I just haven't finished editing the episode. When I do, I'll get it up as quick as I can. But I wanted to show everybody something else, because we haven't talked about this for a while, and we got a little bit of time today. So this is Reddit, and I don't want to encourage or discourage anybody when it comes to the idea of these social networks, whatever you have time for. Reddit can be a very evil place when it comes to trolls and things like that. So what we have is what they call a subreddit. You can think about it almost like a Facebook group, right? It's an isolated place where everybody can post their videos about anything without having people complain that you put a chocolate ice cream video in the strawberry subreddit and everybody's upset because people who don't like strawberries like chocolate and all that nonsense that we hear from that kind of conversation. But you can go here, and it's so easy, really, really easy to share your videos or anybody else's videos for that matter. And we've got, how many people do we have in here now? 173 visitors in the last week. My dear goodness. I have a feeling that some of that is traffic, like from people seeing the posts and then liking them or commenting on them, not just community members. How many people are in here? Why can't I see right in front of me how many people are in the community? I'm not sure. It was hundreds anyway. And then same thing with the Facebook group. So we have a group of almost 400 people here from the Tuber Chat family, and anybody can post their videos in this Facebook group as well. The whole reason why this stuff works, it's not because we're just sending each other our videos. Like, if we're subscribed to each other, we're going to see the videos. But the idea is possibly there could be some search between people looking for different things, and then they'll find our videos. And I have heard from people that Reddit gets a tiny bit of traffic. It's not a lot. You're not going to put a video out there and get 5 people to come to your video right away. That's not how that works. But over time, a little bit here and a little bit there eventually adds up, because we wouldn't have had them before, right? So these are just ideas. And there you go. Yeah, just Jason Keto. I promise you, I got it bad as soon as I put the, and I know what Reddit is. I knew before I got into it, but I put a video of a hotel review in the Ontario, because that's the province I'm in, subreddit, and I got slammed. This is free advertising. You don't know what you're doing. Get out of here. Like, blah, blah, blah. So that's why we have our place. But you can find it easy. Everything we ever do is called Tuber Chat. So you just search Tuber Chat wherever you want. And if we're there, you'll find it easily. But everybody can share their videos there, and it can be helpful. Besides, you never know who's watching. You never know who of your friends might actually see it and then say, oh, I didn't realize they put out a new video. Let me go look. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Corinne's Life is coming up. I know Matt and Mouse is here. I'm going to put them on the wheel. Let's do that break, and we'll come right back. All right, we're almost back. Pardon me, I spilled all kinds of everything everywhere. You probably heard some of it. And it's funny, Jason, it's not funny, but Jason, if I understand right, you might have said you're not going to go live today. And yeah, I had an interesting day too. I feel like there's something in the air today. Maybe there is. Maybe there's something in the air where everybody wants to drive each other nuts or something. Because you can imagine how much I talk, right? Once I get started, I can't stop. I got in the house today, and Kristen will always ask me, she'll be like, how was your day? And I snapped for like what probably was longer than I think, but let's call it 5 or 10 minutes at least. And she's a great listener, so she's able to tolerate it, but I can hear myself just going off. And I used to joke with my son. I joke with him today about his younger years when he would basically never do anything wrong. But if he did, I would say to him, thank you, Jason. I would say to my son, if he got in trouble for something, I'd be like, now you see what you've done. Now you're going to have to listen to me talk for 2 hours about this. And then eventually I find a way to stop. But, yeah, I thought you might find that amusing. Corinne Pierce is another dear friend. I might have said Corinne's life earlier, but Corinne Pierce, she's changed her channel up just a small bit over the years. She's been with us from the beginning. One of our longest standing members, as you can see. You can tell by the color of those membership badges. And this creator gives us a look into her life as a content creator, small business owner, lifestyle vlogger. She does much more as well. You can see some Temu hauls here. Thank you, everybody, in the last live stream for settling that as well. I officially have subscribed to the idea that it's called Temu. So there you go. And Corinne Pierce, she gives us a look right into her life. So she could be traveling, she could be at home, she could be cooking, cleaning, she could be doing a haul, product reviews. But this creator also mentions the idea of being a small business owner. So Lighthouse and Anchor Designs is where she makes all kinds of merchandise. She prints everything that can be printed. Hats, t-shirts, mugs, like the one I have in my hand on my desk all the time. And this creator gives us a look at how she creates a lot of that merchandise as well. She gives us a behind the scenes look when she is making different things. She's got some shorts on the channel, pardon me, and these feature a bit of variety. Some winter weather because she's in Nova Scotia. So this fellow Canadian's doing 18,000 on one of these, 77,000 on another one. And this one here is still moving. 84,000 views and counting. And she has to be excited about that. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Corinne Pierce has been known to do many different types of live streams. She could be on the road. She could be there. When on the road, she could be at home. She could be traveling. Or giving us a behind the scenes look at making the merchandise that we're talking about. So it's great to know that we have a creator in the Tuber Chat family. We've actually got a few, but somebody who can show us how the merchandise is made, but we can also use them as a resource when we think about merchandise for our own channels and businesses. And then, oh, Michael's Adventures, really? I'm going to make a note because I think I have... But Michael's Adventures, I think, has a Tuber Chat mug, and I think he also has a mug of his channel as well. You got to tell me which one cracked, and we can get Corinne to make a new one if you need your channels one. Or I have some. I have a couple Tuber Chat mugs left, and then Rock and Coach Amy, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then I think what we'll do, we'll spin the wheel. And then, yeah, Kyle Vlogs. Luckily, we have a lot of people who know what they're doing with different channels and things like that. Welcome to TNT Family Show is coming up. Forgive me, usually we don't take a break right after we take a break, but we're going to right now. So we'll come back in 3.5 minutes. right, we are just about back. Forgive me for that. We usually don't do that, but that's okay. We're looking at Welcome to TNT Family Show. So this is actually a longtime friend. I can see them behind with the channel. They bring a spiritual inspiration as soon as we get here on their About section. It's pure variety over here, but I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to grab this one that's over 3 minutes, even though I'm already connected to the channel and have been for a long time. We really focus here on videos that are over 3 minutes where possible. When you're connecting with a new creator, it's very important that we're watching at least a 3-minute video from beginning to end. If they don't have any, like if you find a channel that's only shorts, which is rare, what we do is just watch 2 or 3 of them. But we want to watch a video in full from beginning to end. Leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on, as we do for all creators, and that will make the connection stick. Then you can come back into the chat, let them know that you've done all of those things for them. They will turn around and do the same thing for you. But those 3-minute videos are where we're focused. This creator's got some shorts on the channel that have gotten into 4,000, 6,000, one over 36,000 views. My goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a while. They did one a month ago. We'll see if they're going to do some more again soon. But we've got the notification bell on for every channel. That gives us the best chance of catching each other. There's Edna's World right there. That's one of the creators we were just talking about in that interview series. I'm probably not going to play another clip for another 20 minutes or so, but when I do, I'll play a clip from Edna's World's interview, because these are all creators who have passed their 10,000 subscribers. She would have done her Wind Down Wednesdays last night, so forgive me for missing that. But I know that she's on. It's funny because we talk about that in the interview. I remember her. Like when I think of Edna's World's voice, I hear her saying, you know, we don't have to do notifications and things. People know because she's been doing it for so long that Wind Down Wednesdays is on. And they always have a good time. I've caught it many, many, many times. And then Henry Leslie Vermont, I hope I said hello. I think I waved in the chat. The Bud Files is here. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody. The Source is still in the house. And then welcome to TNT Family Show. Hopefully everybody will connect with. We'd love to push them towards the 900 subscribers. We know that they're thinking about. And then we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Wonder if I could find it very quickly. You know what's been coming up for me? Matt and Mouse on Facebook the last couple of days is an advertisement for Bunky Life. And I didn't really look at it. Like I know what it is, right? Because of their channel, I believe. If that is the same thing, I'm sure it is. I was hoping the advertisement would come up right away, but I've seen it I don't know how many times, or a couple of them over the last couple of days. Matt and Mouse is a channel I was taken away with when I first saw it. These creators have a wonderful chemistry between the two of them. They share the camera work and they do a really good job together. They have a 149 square foot cabin in the wilderness, and they give us a look at all of the things it took to build that cabin, all the things it takes to make it cozy and comfortable, which surprisingly, when you say that a cabin is 149 square feet, they put that in one of their titles. That's how I know that. When you think about what it takes to make something like that comfortable, they've done a fantastic job, and they continue to improve, actually, and they're doing much more. They take us through all the do-it-yourself videos on the channel, the issues they go through, like with internet connection and everything else. And Matt and Mouse were first introduced to us by Just Jason Keto. They did a live stream just over a year ago that was this homestead hangout idea where 4 different channels got together that are all supportive of each other. And then they just did a stream a month ago. I'm hoping I can catch you if you're going to do another one. They got shorts on the channel there, and these creators are doing really well. This is a fairly new one at 1,400 views, which is great. So that one's still climbing, I think. But they've gotten into 1,600, 1,700 views on a couple of these. And you can see all the different things that they're doing, a lot of variety. And like I said, these creators really take their channel very seriously. If you go to mattandmouse.com, you're going to find they've got a website, and they've really put a lot of work into this. They continue that today, and they're here regularly, almost for every stream lately. I certainly do appreciate that. And then well over 2,000 subscribers. They're almost at 2,100. Vintage Style by Joe. Did I see a post from you? Or was it a video that said, oh no, you mentioned it in the last stream. You mentioned in the last stream that you've got another pillow video, and we looked at it for a quick second. We'll see that when we get that channel up. I have a feeling we're going to get to more channels than we usually do from the chat today. 321 John the Baptist Canada. This creator has changed up their channel name a few times. I believe they're here with us in Niagara Falls, Canada, where I live. They live stream probably every day. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then it's Chocolate Drop is coming up. This is another longtime friend. She's working hard right now, working on watch hours for the channel. This creator's doing quite a bit of live streaming, but they've always posted videos regularly. Now, it's Chocolate Drop I've known over the years to do a lot of CVS, not just hauls, but tours. She takes us into the store. Other stores as well, like I guess Menards is a store that I would imagine. I'm in Canada, so I haven't seen that. TJ Maxx, I know what that is, though. And she reminds us, yes, Crazy Plant Lady, she likes to reference here. It's something I skip over all the time. I don't know why I never mentioned that until recently, probably because myself, I don't happen to grow anything. We got some friends from a channel called Hope Bus, and we met up with them a couple of times, but they actually placed a basil plant and a tomato plant in our hand, and then Kristen took care of those. But It's Chocolate Drop might take us on a vacation. They might bring us into their home. I'll go to the live stream page right away, because this is where I've seen them probably by now more than anything else. They're always cooking up a storm here, and they're always smiling and laughing. They've always got other people coming in and out of the stream too at the same time, but they do a good job of keeping up with the chat while they're so busy. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 9,000, 12,000, 13,000, and one of them at 51,000. My dear goodness. And we can see there's a lot of variety in what they're doing here, including a lot of laughing, smiling, and dare I say dancing. Is that what's happening there? And hopefully everybody will connect with It's Chocolate Drop. One of the things that I find heartwarming about the YouTube journey that we're all going through is the friendships that are made between people, and the friendships that you notice between other creators when you see people's premieres or live streams in the chat. You see inside jokes and things between creators. You can really understand that a friendship is flourishing. And It's Chocolate Drop has lovingly called me Mr. Customer Service ever since years ago. They've been with us for years, literally. I'm sure it's because of my speaking style, but it's a joke that continues on today. And like I said, I always find that heartwarming when I see other creators doing that kind of thing also. But It's Chocolate Drop is always enthusiastic. And Scratch. I'm going to not get the name of the channel quite right. Oh, what was it called? Scratch and PP will remember if It's Chocolate Drop doesn't remind me first. Oh, it's something to Coop Scratcher. And forgive me, I trip over this. We got, obviously a lot of channels. I'm subscribed to well over 6,000 of them now. Thank you. Drop the coop slots. Oh, drop the coop slots, not Scratcher. I figured Pete would remember. But thank you for that. Yeah, It's Chocolate Drop has this second channel. And I didn't know about this for a long time. They only just told us or me, unless they mentioned it before and I missed it. I don't mean to do that. But they wanted to grow organically. They wanted to get the channel off the ground. They have. They're getting close to 100 subscribers. We know that not just lottery ticket scratching, which I always seem to confuse with slot play as well. Obviously in the same ballpark, if we want to say that. But the idea of both of these formats, like when we think about slot play, anything that would happen in a casino, any kind of gaming and things like that, lottery ticket scratching, is really, really popular on YouTube. I was surprised at how popular it really was when we started the Superchat channel, and we started to be introduced to all these channels doing lottery ticket scratching, but there's a little bit of lottery tickets there in the first live stream. So we'll see if they're going to do another one. We've always got notification bells on for every channel. Sal's Camper Life, good to see you in the house. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think it's your first time here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. And the amazing M&G is a longtime friend, actually. Ryan Parker Studios from PK Adventure Travels is here. They are probably going live about an hour from now, a little bit more than an hour from now. They're usually on at 7:30 Eastern. Oh, pardon me. No, they're on at 7. They'll be on in just over half an hour, actually. And then... Ryan Parker Studios is one half of PK Adventure Travels, and then I think they have a membership as well. Tim Mitchell's in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And spin. And then we'll see who's coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh, forgive me, but thank you for that, Sal's Camper Life. It's good to have you back then. When we look at the Bud Files, I know they have brand new content because their Way Back Wednesday video, they just premiered it while I was getting ready for Tuber Chat. So forgive me for not catching it at the time, but I'm going to put it into my catch-up playlist. I know Tim Mitchell loves that I call it my catch-up list. It's just a fun name. It was named by Ghostly Winds, who still makes occasional appearances here. They're in Australia. It's really tough for our Australian friends to catch us because no matter what time we want to stream in the Eastern time zone, it's 12 hours off for them. So Ghostly Winds is probably, they're either gaming or sleeping right now if it's 5 or 6 a.m. for them. And then the Bud Files is, I've got their latest video in that playlist. It's just a tool I use to keep caught up with creators or get caught up. It's how, pardon me, a lot of us get through hundreds of videos a week is by using playlists to kind of organize them. The Bud Files is now working on 3,300 subscribers. This is a family of creators. They started with the goal of becoming modern-day archaeologists and necrotourists. The idea is to bring us to a lot of different interesting places, like abandoned locations and graveyards and cemeteries and things like that. They want to preserve history digitally in video, which they've done. But this family has done lots of other things as well. So now they've added a lot more history onto the channel. They bring us not just to touristy places, but a lot of places that have a lot of either history or information, then some touristy things as well, like fireworks shows or parades and things like that. When we look at shorts on this channel, we get a chance to see the family in little, bite-sized videos here. We get an idea of how much fun they have together. It's probably what I like about this channel the most. 3,400, 5,000, 15,000 views on this channel, and then live streams. So they have done everything from singing and dancing and playing games, and they take us out on adventures. They bring us into their home. And the Bud Files, I haven't caught you for a live stream, and I have a feeling they're going live. Well, oh, here, pardon me. I have a feeling they're going live in the evenings. I'm in the Eastern time zone, but might be late for me. But they have done this many times before. They've done bowling in the house, and I don't know why I find it so amusing. It's when I was a kid, I did like bowling every week. We have like leagues and youth leagues and things like that. So I did a bit of that. But my first permanent full-time job was at a bowling alley, and I worked there for way too many years. But while I was there, I learned a little bit about bowling and this and that. But I just think it's funny. So many people, like, they would go ballistic if somebody was throwing or rolling anything through the house, let alone bowling. And I've seen them do it many times. That's why I find it so funny. But pumpkin bowling is even better. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Bud Files, and you will see how much fun this family has together. And like I said, they're working on 3,300 subscribers. They've been with us for years. They've been with us almost from the beginning, probably over 4 years, closer to 5 by now. Coach Juliet Edens, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Okie Grower 75, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Sal's Camper Life just moved to Arkansas, and they recorded the whole trip, and we'll be looking forward to that on your channel. The idea here, of course, is anybody can make as many friends as they want, right? And after we connect and have got a friendship started, then we know that our friends are going to be there for all of our content moving forward. That's what makes this whole thing work. Embarkation Nation, good to see you in the house. I caught them for a live stream the other day. Coach Julia Edens, I mentioned in the chat. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is here, one of our longest standing members. Look at that. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has this cool thing going on, and forgive me because I don't talk about it enough, and forgive me because I haven't done it yet. I think about it all the time, and I always figure, okay, I'm going to go to one of the gift stores sometime soon, and when I go, I'm going to get a postcard from Niagara Falls. So a lot of creators will send Happy Mail to each other, and it could be anything. Gail's Health Journey is a perfect example. And a lot of creators will send things, and it could be fun things, it could be mementos, it could be things to review, it could be things to collaborate on, or it could just be simple notes, and a lot of channels trade stickers and things like that. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising has always, for as long as I can remember, been doing something a little bit different, where she's doing a postcard exchange with people, very much like what a lot of people will do in the Christmas season, right? Sending Christmas cards to each other and things like that. But I think that's a really cool idea, because one of the things that I'm sure everybody's going to agree, but one of the things that I enjoy is learning where everybody is from. It's one of the most popular questions that people making YouTube videos ask of their audience. Let me know where you're watching from, right? But since we're all friends here, we all want to know where everybody is at. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, Lisa's Adventures in Cruising. And it's so funny. I've been told in my life that I literally suck the fun out of everything, which is fine. I know that I tend to be a bit of a control freak, and I tend to want things the way I want and everything else. But it lends itself perfectly to the idea. When I have been to the few places I've been to, I have said to people, they're like, you're not taking any pictures? I'm like, nah, I just get a postcard. They take a better picture than I could. I was there. I seen it, and whatever. And it really does. It takes the fun right out of it. But I think it's funny. And I'd likely continue to do that today. But I think that's a cool thing. So Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, I promise you, I've been thinking about it way too long. And forgive me for not having done it, but at some point, hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as we're saying. And then, yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And we're about to look at Tim Mitchell. This creator actually looks after a few different channels. We'll talk about 3 of them. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, forgive me, Embarkation Nation. It was last night. Yeah, I lose track. Time. I know we all will say time is flying, and I feel like time is really, really, really flying. I know everybody will laugh when I say, like, how is it already halfway through November? It's not quite, but you know what I mean. Our American friends are lining up for Thanksgiving already. It's time to start shopping for Thanksgiving dinner. In Canada, we did it last month, but my dear goodness, I was looking forward to this weather. It's like me and Kristen Welton, it's our favorite time of the year. Well, she loves Christmas, actually. Let's just say I do too. But for the weather, the autumn weather, or spring weather, early spring weather is probably what we enjoy. But autumn, I've come to enjoy a lot more over the years. And then I'm putting Crafty Witch 232 to sleep again. She's going to be live streaming tonight, I think at 9 o'clock, she said again. But I find that it's really flying right now just because I had a major life change like 6 months ago. I took a new full-time job and everything. And I haven't done that in a very, very, very long time. I've never done what I'm doing now, which is just have a 9-to-5-ish job working for a huge company, and it's just a Joe job kind of thing. But it makes the days go by. It's not terrible. It's just that the weeks go by because you're constantly looking forward to the weekend or, what's happening the next couple of days, and they pass so quickly. Tim Mitchell is up on the screen right now. This creator, like I said, produces videos for 3 different channels. This is his own. He puts a little bit of content out here. He's starting to do more and more shorts, I think. And some of these are moving. Look at these. Some of the newest ones, 1,000 views, 970 views, 1,100 views. But some of these have done even more. 1,200, 1,500, 1,600. So this creator's doing well with dash cam footage and outdoor footage. And Tim Mitchell's now working on 400 subscribers, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And they tend to take us on the road, but they do a good job of keeping up with the chat while they're doing that. This creator is behind the channel, cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official. And Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is Chef CV. And this creator is going to bring us into the kitchen on this channel, but not just to make interesting dishes and meals, but to help us navigate the kitchen and understand some of the bakeware and cookware and appliances we're going to find. Not to mention, they have a really interesting live stream series on the channel. This is going to be a little bit different. They're doing something on the 16th. Yeah, that's Sunday. Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. What they do is an interesting live stream with this glorious looking mystery wheel of misfortune. I'm sure everybody understands how much I love a colorful wheel like that. They are bringing the audience into the videos by allowing the audience to kind of come up with ingredients that can be put onto this wheel. Then Chef CV is going to have to spin and be forced to come up with whatever she can from the ingredients that are added to the wheel, if that makes sense. So this will be interesting. Hopefully I'll catch this. There's 2 of them here. I wonder if that's intended or not. So, Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. But this creator also brings a lot of shorts onto the channel. And these are starting to really move now. This one's still getting views at 1,300. Another one at 1,200 over here. But you see some of the delicious things that Chef CV is making. I find a lot of what she's doing to be, I wouldn't say non-traditional, but beyond traditional. So somebody like me, it's the basic like chicken and pasta and beef and soups and roasts and things like that. Chef CV takes this much farther, as you can imagine. There's a video on the channel from about 3.5-4 months ago where Chef CV and Tim Mitchell, she talks about how they had met. And then I like videos like that, so I was happy to see that. They've got one more channel here, and it's kind of complimentary to Chef CV's channel, which is the official Off Topic Squirrel. And when we look at this channel, this is where we get a behind-the-scenes look, more of a personal look at Chef CV, and she could be doing a few different things. Might be in the kitchen, but usually taking us on or out of the kitchen and giving us stories to be told and possibly taking us out on an adventure. There's some more bowling that I was talking about officially, though. You know, I can't remember whose video it was I just watched yesterday or the day before that was of a cruise ship. And they had a couple of bowling lanes on the cruise ship. And I was like, that unbelievable. Wow. I don't know if I've seen that before. I guess it makes sense. But when I talk about all the different things you could do on a cruise, bowling, you know, in the bad weather, you would wonder about that. Shorts on this channel have gotten now into 1,000 views, 1,200 on one of them, and hopefully everybody will connect with the unofficial, official Off-Topic Squirrel. They're over 100 subscribers now, and about once a month they do a live stream where they play Cards Against Humanity. We'll keep an eye on the channel and see what more they're going to come up with, but we've got notifications on for everyone. Peaceful Des, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then, oh, Tim Mitchell's got a new multicam setup. That'll be interesting to see. Chit Chat with Gloria Cole. Good to have you in the house also. I've been looking at webcams lately because I'm struggling, and I've been whining and crying about my webcam for a while. I used to use a better webcam, which is a Razer Kaio, and I love it. It's perfect. It does autofocus, which you may not want all the time, but when you want it, it works perfectly. It's got a ring light right on it and everything else, but it doesn't fit where I have my setup right now. If you hear what I'm doing, I'm knocking at the top of my desk hutch, and I used to have my camera upside down, and then Ryan from Ryan Parker Studios and PK Adventure Travels introduced me to Alien Tape, and I had the camera upside down and hooked to the top of the thing, and it kept on falling, not because of the Alien Tape, but because the thing is just, you know, it's heavy, it's not meant to be mounted that way, and it kept on like going sideways and driving me bonkers. So I found another thing the other day. Let me see if I can find this. Monitor shelf, here. This, I just got this. So look at how cool this thing is, and it works with, let's see if they got a good picture here. I didn't get this one, I got one like it. See how it sits on top of the monitor there, and then you can put stuff on it. So I wouldn't put a plant on it, like you can, right? But that's how now I have the webcam sitting on top of that shelf, and so it looks a little bit better. When I put the one I'm using, which is a Logitech, I think it's C720 or something like that. When I put it at the front, like hanging on the monitor, it's too close, and my face is like this. Most of you have probably noticed that for a few months now. So I wanted to push it back, and this is the only way I could figure out to get that done, because it can't be too high. I've got no room behind the monitor to put it on some stand or tripod or anything like that. So I know it's all first world problems, but you understand what I'm saying. So I'm looking at webcams right now, like these PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom, OBS bot. I don't know if that's how we pronounce that company, but they've got one now that's like $100 American, and it does the whole like zoom, it tracks you, it follows you, and it looks great. So I was looking at that the other day. I don't know if I'm going to do that. And then Tim Mitchell's trying to work a discount deal for a new camera. Yeah, there'll be a lot of companies out there willing to sponsor creators with channels of any size. That's one thing that's evolved over the years, is that you don't have to, it's very much like TikTok. You don't have to have 1 million subscribers to have videos go viral, right? Or whether we want to call them viral, but, you know, get thousands of views, let's just say. And then sponsors understand that they don't need creators with huge numbers. They need the right creators. I've done lots of sponsored videos before even having 10,000 subscribers on my personal channel. As a matter of fact, one of the people It's a woman who changes companies all the time. She's moved from one company to the next, but as like the liaison between creators online and the company. So we've done Amazon reviews and we've done YouTube reviews. A few different people have. And I think I started doing that when I had only a couple thousand subscribers, if I remember right. But anything's possible. And then the gear gets nicer and the things we want. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Lucy Warren's World, I hope I said hello. I know you've been here for a little while. I caught them for a live stream, I think, yesterday as well. And yeah, Coach Julia Edens, there's a lot of cruising lingo. So Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, she does, I'm going to look at the live streams right now on this channel. What is she? Monday Mood Check. So she's usually on every week. And it's Cruising Talk. This creator gets involved with a lot of StreamYard panels and collaborations with other creators. Of course, she cruises when she can. She's always smiling, laughing, and enthusiastic as well. She does a great job of keeping up with the chat. We couldn't see like any cruising content. It's not that it wasn't there. It's just that nobody was able to make cruising content a few years ago. I'm sure everybody's going to remember what I'm talking about. Then all of a sudden there was this like influx in the Tuber Chat family of all these like travel and especially cruising channels. So there's tons of them now. There's literally dozens of cruising channels plus new travel channels in the Tuber Chat family for the last 2.5, 3 years or so. And Elisa's Adventures in Cruising actually has been with us that long. I think she's been with us, pardon me, for 3 years or close to it, right? And working on 1,400 subscribers here. And then, of course, she'll take us cruising when she can. And then this creator has got videos, and she comes out with videos pretty frequently. I can't believe how far behind I am with your videos. But I'm going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's the playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then you'll see like a variety, mostly travel and cruising content. But this creator also has shorts and some more variety here and some familiar faces. There's Sea Leg Journeys there. Getting into 2,500, 3,400, 28, and 2,900 views on some of these. And Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, this is the creator I was talking about earlier that's doing the postcard swap. So if you send her a postcard from anywhere, she'll send you one back, of course. But when you get to her channel, you'll be able to figure out where she's got that. Here it is, postcard exchange. Send your postcards to this address. And yeah, forgive me for not already having done it, considering I know you've been doing it so long. But yeah, I'm lucky enough to live in a beautiful city. Niagara Falls is wonderful. Of course, I grew up in Toronto, but Niagara Falls is a great place to live as well. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. Much love and aloha to you. He sent over this beautiful hat a long time ago, a couple of them actually, and I keep it right beside me here. Butler Family Farm is also in the house. Let's get them onto the wheel. And it's time for us, actually I was going to say it's time for a break. We're going to take a break in another moment. We'll play a clip from Edna's World's interview. I don't know if Edna's World's still in the chat. She's so don't worry about it because she said she was driving. So Edna's World, if you're still listening, don't worry about typing in the chat. I think she said she was driving and listening in. Squirrel's World is an artist. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. But in another few moments, we'll play a clip from Edna's World's interview, part of our How to Get 10,000 Subscriber series. And then we'll take a break for a few minutes and come right back. And then Butler Family Farm, look at that luck. They just came into the chat and they're getting chosen right away. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Vicky and Lori's Variety Vibes, forgive me for missing you earlier, but thank you for hanging out. And yeah, like I said, I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know we got friends that run the stream in the background, or, if you're doing other things or have to, like my friends drive and listen, and then friends work and listen. And I know a few people leave the stream running and things like that. But every bit of interaction helps, of course. So I appreciate all of that. And then when we look at the chat, I also see the feral grandma coming in. Oh, there, yeah, the feral grandma. I actually have a couple of friends right now, a couple guys I work with. We're in Thunder Bay, which is, I don't know how well known that city is around the world, but it is a somewhat major city in Ontario, Canada here, but it's one of the northmost cities that gets recognition, I would say, or more popular cities. But they're right there. They actually get the sunrise, like, I think an hour after we do or something like that, maybe longer. And they happen to be there this week, which is rare, but they're there. And they said that they were able to see it. So they're not on YouTube or anything like that I know of, so they wouldn't have... I don't know if they would have got pictures or anything like that. We only talked about it for a quick second. Scrow's Nest, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I've got them on the wheel. It's me, Alec. I'm going to get you onto the wheel as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Butler Family Farm, this is another channel that's been with us for several years. One of the first to come in out of an influx of homesteading channels that started coming into the Tuber Chat family about 4 years ago, actually. Butler Family Farm is Jerry and Susan. They have got 116 acres of farmland, so they bring us homesteading style content, and they show us all that it takes to look after the property. They bring us into their home. Jerry takes us into the shop to do some woodworking. They bring us into the kitchen. They take us on the road. They take us to different meetups, and they've got a lot of livestock around the farm to share with us as well. Cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, koi, and bees, and more. And Butler Family Farm will show us all the things that they need to do to look after the property, the livestock, their home, and everything else. They even make their own tools when they need to, aside from Jerry's woodworking in the shop. So Butler Family Farm, they're usually here with us just about every stream as well. And Jerry and Susan have a wonderful chemistry between the two of them. They've been married 41 years now. We know that because they did an anniversary stream a couple of weeks ago, a little while ago. They were part of the Cruise in Alaska project, where they went on a cruise for a week to Alaska with a few other YouTubers. They bring us to a lot of meetups, actually. They meet up with a lot of other creators, and then they live stream when they're there. I see they got a new video. Let me put that video on my catch-up list right now. And then we'll look at the live streams. They've done a lot of StreamYard panels, so they introduce us to a lot of creators, but they also will take us out on the road when they're there. But they'll bring us to some of these larger meetups as well. And I'm just looking for one. Here they are right here, where they might have up to 80 channels worth of supporters with them. And they tend to live stream from those, which is great. They're also on every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. And it could be Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them. It could be a StreamYard panel, or they could be on the road. And they've got shorts on the channel as well. And these have really moved into 10,000, 12,000, one of them at 50,000 views. All of their content is very much categorized and niched, if you want to put it that way, where, like I said, I say homesteading because they bring the same types of content that our homesteading friends bring, even though it happens to be a farm, let's just say. And then Butler Family Farm, like I said, are here with us regularly. You'll notice they've passed their 100,000 subscribers now. Jerry let us know last year he was using the promotion system to push the channel really rapidly. They've got their check mark, and a spoiler alert, if you catch them for a live stream, you'll see their play button on the wall as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. We would love to push them towards the 115,000 they're now going to be thinking about. And then a simple family lifestyle. I got onto the wheel. I'm spinning now. Mariana Latrinia, good to see you in the house. I'm always happy to connect with creators in the other social networks as well, just for the sake of saying, because I see Mariana Latrinia coming up as a suggested friend on Facebook. So I don't feel any way about it, whether people add or don't add, right? Because a lot of people keep things separate and this and that. But anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Nikki Silver Stacker is coming up. What we're going to do right now, though, we're going to play a clip from our interview series. I was promising that for quite a while. Edna's World was one of our guests, and she shares her insight as to all of the things that we're doing, all the things that she's doing with her YouTube channel. She's been with us from the beginning, basically. And we'll take a break right after that. I'll also get a name onto the wheel. I'm going to get Kyle Vlogs onto the wheel right now. I'm overdue for doing that. We still got a long while to go, though. Should be over an hour. And Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere after to give us another half hour to connect. And then Palazzo Place, good to see you in the house. So over the course of the stream, I do add names to the wheel from our chat list. Today I'm a little bit late doing it, but members and moderators are added as soon as we see them in the chat. I'll add another name from the chat list soon. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I'm going to talk about Nikki Silver Stacker when we get back, but let's hear what Edna's World has to say about how to get over 10,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease into your sentence. So it's like, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, have you ever eaten this? What you put, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. Does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. Okay. If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is where we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back. right, we're almost back. I just wanted to show everybody something for a quick second here, and then we'll get to Nikki Silver Stacker. I keep forgetting to mention this, but I noticed a new feature the other day, and it gives you the opportunity to turn off the idea of people hyping your content. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for anybody, because hype gives you the chance to get your video seen in a top 100 list, which apparently either now or soon has been or will be broken off into categories or regions and things like that. You might get extra exposure for your videos if people hype your videos. If you don't know what hype is, I'd ask everybody just to look it up, but it's a new feature on mobile, or on the phone, where you're able to help push other people's videos. But I've turned it off on Superchat because, pardon me, I had said from the beginning, even though these live streams could have been hyped, it doesn't help this channel or the people who would be exposed to the content if it was in a top 100 list, because we're looking for specific YouTube channel owners with generosity at the forefront of their mind, which is obviously not everybody, where I'd rather have everybody use that feature for each other's videos. So I hope everybody's remembering, because even, I don't want to admit it, but even I'm not remembering about hype, because like I said, I'm not on YouTube on the phone all the time. But that is something that is really helpful for everybody to do for each other. So I hope everybody will give each other a lot of hype on your videos, and you'll see there's a little button on mobile. Not everybody has it. Not everybody can do it. And there seems to be a disconnect between channels that can do it and channels that can receive it. So it's kind of weird. But eventually it'll probably be rolled out to everybody. That's very possible, Jesse. Journals and Unboxes. Yeah, if somebody had a video that they didn't want hyped, then, you know, it could be, pardon me, a reason. Nikki Silver Stacker is up on the screen right now. This is a creator who was recently introduced to us by Nora, the Stock Explorer. We looked at her channels earlier. Nikki Silver Stacker's been with us a couple of months now, I think, or we're getting close to it. 220 subscribers, which is great to see. This creator's out there supporting others. They're here with us for just about every stream as well. And Nikki Silver Stacker is going to help us understand the differences between numismatic collectible coins or precious metals, which I'm a huge fan of, for instance. Nikki Silver Stacker is bringing out videos pretty frequently, actually. I can see you've got 4 new videos in the last few days. I'm just going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay or get, let's say, caught up with your channel a little bit here. And then this is something that's interesting. I see the title on this video here, got your stimulus check yet? There's this rumor in the United States right now, and I don't know the truth about it because I see it through the crypto content that I watch or listen to. And what they've said is that possibly Trump has, and I don't want to get into a whole political debate, so forgive me if everybody doesn't mind just keeping it light. But my understanding is that the government has said that they may, or Trump specifically says that they may distribute checks of $2,000 to households under $100,000 worth of yearly income. I'm not sure I'm right about that, so forgive me. I don't want to make it sound like I think I know what I'm talking about. I've heard a little bit about it. And then it could be just politics. It could be a move so that the Supreme Court says, no, we don't want to do that. And then Trump gets to say, look at what the Supreme Court did to you. I wanted to give you money and they won't let me. I don't know whether that's the case. But let's just say, because we have seen stimulus over the last, let's say, 10 years in both the United States and Canada, I'm sure other countries have had it as well, where there has been small windfalls of money. And what I mean is unexpected money that happens to come your way. And often what stimulus will do, in my opinion, is the government will put a lot of money into the economy, which they just create out of thin air, which is awful and everything else. But they know that people are going to go out and buy big TVs and PlayStations and rims for their car and, you know, dinners and gift cards and all kinds of other things. There's nothing wrong with that, but they're betting on it. What some of our friends will talk about, people talking about investments, and precious metals can be a very important investment, let's just say, is the idea that if you know you have a windfall of money coming, a lot of people, it's hard not to just think about it all the time and think about what you're going to do with that money. It's almost like it's already spent before it even gets there. But if you ever wanted to invest and haven't, or not as much as you wish, but you know a windfall of money is coming, an idea may be to take some, or God forbid all, of that money and invest it in something. And there's a lot of financial channels. You have to like take everything with a grain of salt, learn as much as you can as well. That goes for me also. But it could be an idea. So Nikki Silver Stacker is likely talking about the idea of silver right now, which has been on a run. This has been the biggest year, I think, in its history, but I could be wrong about that. It's just been a monster year for gold and silver both. Tim Mitchell, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We just looked at their channels, but I really do appreciate that. Tim Mitchell has done that countless times. And it's always appreciated, of course. I know all the recipients will be happy to have those. And then, I've heard that it could be just a political play, which is evil. I don't think that's very nice. I don't think, there's a lot of people out there that $2,000 would be life-changing money. You know what I mean? $20, $200 would be a lot to help a lot of people, let alone 2,000, you know what I mean? So to say that, knowing that it's not going to happen, I think is not a good idea. But again, forgive me, I said I was going to keep it light, and I wish everybody to do the same. I really don't get into a lot of politics or anything like that here, and the biggest reason why is because I don't follow any of it enough to have an opinion as if I had a real clue of what was going on. And I know that most of what we're seeing is not real anyway. It's all politicized either by, big companies or media companies, and even our friends are sending nonsense. Anybody can make anybody look like they're saying or doing anything now. So my first question for the last couple of years has been, is that real to everything? But Nikki Silver Stacker is going to help us make sense at least of precious metals and, like I said, probably numismatic collectible coins. They'll be able to explain the differences there. Shorts on this channel. This creator is bringing a lot of variety here, a chance to get to know them. 1,700 views on one of these, which is great. That one might continue, might be continuing to get views, especially with a title like that. I don't want to work anymore. A lot of people might be clicking that saying, hey, I feel the same way. And then live streams as well. So this creator's been doing pretty frequent live streams. They're putting a lot of work into these thumbnails as well, which is great. The more work we put into everything, the better chance we have of it growing long term. This is really cool. You got one of these live streams, got quite a few views, it looks like. I'm assuming that's replays. And then Nikki Silver Stacker, 220 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards the 300 we know that they're thinking about. Oh, and then Cove Action Travel, good to see you in the house. I just watched one of their videos right before Superchat. I knew when they came into the chat, basically the way they were talking the other day, that they likely take their channel very seriously, but they really do. But they give me an opportunity right now. I'll get Palazzo Place ready to go to talk about something that I don't mention often enough. So I, in a past life, was a crazy, silly, fresh DJ, and I worked in radio stations for most of my adult life for a very long run, and I produced a lot of things to do with music, whether it's radio shows or CDs, for those of you who still remember what CDs are and things like that, albums and whatever else. So one of the things that the biggest YouTube channels that talk about the things we talk about here will say is that audio is half of video. And what they mean by that is it doesn't matter how good the video is if it sounds terrible, people are not going to watch, right? It's a headache that we go through when our internet connections don't work, and if we're outdoors and, we can't, there's too much wind and all kinds of stuff. These things affect everything. We may not realize how much. Now, one of the things I noticed, and I commented about it, is Covaction Travel. They put a lot of editing work. Like, they put a lot of work into the editing of the videos. They do a lot with footage. It's cool. They got drones. They got multi-cameras. They're vlogging some of the time. They got stationary stuff. So I can tell that they're really putting a lot of consideration into what they're doing before they're doing it, but also after. Because while I was watching their video, it seemed to me that their audio is one of the best that I've heard from somebody with a fairly new channel. And what I mean is, we're always talking about channels in the beginnings of their YouTube journey. Let's say the first few years or the first 10,000 subscribers. Some have gone beyond that now, but you know what I mean. So a lot of times you hear differences in volumes, right? If somebody's doing an outdoor clip in a vlog and then they're doing an indoor clip, the audio doesn't match. Theirs is very much closer. So it's a good example to hear, because audio is that important. Now, myself personally, it's something I probably wouldn't think to talk about because it's more natural for me, because I worked in audio my whole life, right? And I, didn't have to think about that to know how to compress audio and make things even out. My job, my full-time job when I worked at the first radio station for like 8 years, was to make commercials. So when you hear commercials that everybody wishes they wouldn't make, it was my job to make a lot of those. And that means taking the best voices, like professional voices, coaching them, first of all. Not coaching them, they know what they're doing, but just saying, okay, say it like this, say it like that, try it like this, try it like that, and then producing the commercial with the audio. You notice when you hear a commercial on the radio, they're always great. If not that you would think about it, but if you did, you'd be like, yeah, actually, I can always hear everything perfectly. Television, same thing. So this is just ideas. And the other thing I can mention, and this has nothing to do with Covaction Travel, but just because I'm talking about audio, one of the things I've said a million times here is when we think about background music, right? A lot of people put background music into their videos. So there's two things about it. We never know if somebody's going to like the music or dislike the music that we're putting in our videos, so you can lose people that way. But if you're putting music that basically anybody could like or tolerate, that's great. My suggestion for most creators is get the background music to a level that you think is perfect and a little bit too low, and then knock it down a couple of decibels, because it matters a lot less than everybody thinks. I promise you that's true. Even in the background of Superchat, you probably can't even hear the background music. It's there in case I have to stop talking for some reason, but it's less important than anything else, and you don't want to drive people away with the wrong kind of music. You know what I mean? So these are just ideas. Not everybody's going to like everything. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And yeah, that's an interesting way to put it, Covaction Travel. And forgive me, I'm supposed to put you on the wheel because you are a member right now. Thank you again, Tim Mitchell, for those gifted memberships. And then I'm going to try to start moving it because we're down to about 50 minutes now. It's quite a bit of time. Michael's Adventures will extend that with a premiere tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. And we'll go and right into that. Palazzo Place is up on the screen now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
By the way, all the background music in Superchat is available as copyright-free music. It's available on all major music platforms. It's there when you want to make TikTok videos, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. It's on iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and everything else. But we also have a channel for it. and you can find all the music over there. There's lots of live stream replays that you can run as background music for your own if you want to. And there's no sound effects. I never talk on that channel. It's just pure copyright-free music, and we own it all. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I caught her for a live stream last night. She was on with Dawn's channel again. They were on for hours. Hours you were on. I just left it running like the whole time while I was doing whatever I was doing on the computer yesterday. And I think they were on literally from the time I got on the computer to hours later. And then, yeah, Epidemic is a popular one. Oh, actually, they reference that in their videos as well, because they do credits very much like a TV show or a movie in the beginning, which I think is cool to give people credit for different things. And then, thank you, the Gross Bargain Emporium staff dropping that super chat. Pardon me, we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So we'll put her channel up in another moment, and she's actually dropping a super chat so that we will look at one of her friends' channels. So I will copy that out and get that ready. You'll notice her link was dropped as soon as she dropped that super chat as well. And Palazzo Place, another enthusiastic creator who's here with us for just about every stream. Jen is probably responsible for us getting at least dozens, if not hundreds, of thumbs up on our live streams here because of her energetic and friendly reminders. And I appreciate it, of course. And this creator will bring out videos sporadically. You can see they come out occasionally. They've got a furry friend that joins us a lot of the time in these videos. One of the things you'll notice about her videos is that the weather can change in a snap, and it actually gets pretty extreme over there. Some of the shorts have done pretty well here. Lots of these over 1,000 views, but some over 2,000 and one over 4,000 views now, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place. And then oh, that's cool, Covaction Travel. That's a really cool idea. We're going to look at the Spoony Stitcher right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Oh, Jason's using Epidemic again? Yeah, because they got a lot of variety, right? On our copyright-free music, we've only got like 60 songs right now. I have a few more that I haven't released. I really got to get those out, and I'm hoping to get more. But it's limited, and it's all basically one style. There's not really variety in there, so it's not suitable for everything all the time. The Spoony Stitcher is up on the screen. So I don't think this is a channel that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family yet, but I could be mistaken if they ever came in before. But it certainly is the first time we're putting them on the screen. But any friend of Steph, and Mr. Steph is a friend of ours. So the Spoony Stitcher, I'm going to take one of their latest videos. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. I'm going to put this video in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as we do for every channel. That should make our connection stick. Then hopefully they have our notification bell on as well. Hopefully they've been introduced to us from the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph and Mr. Steph. I can't help but mention Mr. Steph all the time. Sometimes when I go in Steph's channel for her live streams, I wait to see if Mr. Steph is going to be there, and he's there every time. If he's not talking, he's there in the chat. And then yeah, the YouTube audio library. I was listening actually to some of that myself the other day, going through the YouTube audio library to look for some, let's say, Christmas music, but holiday music. And they don't have quite as vast a collection as I wish, right? in a perfect world, like, again, I come from music and audio, let's just say, I would expect that some of these companies or people and things like that would come up with their songs, but come up with all the different versions of the song. You know how sometimes you hear an artist, Rihanna is a perfect example. I feel like I love everything Rihanna does. I don't know if I've heard a song I don't like yet. Not that I know all of them, but you know what I mean. But Rihanna can do a song in an R&B style that can also be used in like a Saturday night dance floor kind of style. You know what I mean? So there could be different versions of the same song. And there's other artists that have done that. Madonna's done it. Whitney Houston's done it. Lots of our artists do that kind of thing. But Rihanna's a perfect example. Why wouldn't somebody make a version of a song, even the Christmas songs, and make them upbeat, downbeat, slow, a cappella? You know, when you're on YouTube, even and you see some creators doing a cappella or doing guitar finger style, you know, there's lots of different things that people can do. So these are just ideas. Desert Living, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And the Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, is up on the screen right now. So this creator's got a few videos here. She's got some music that she's been making with Suno, by the way. And that's fun to play with. You know, we have a song that was done by Jake Huston. I always play it at the end of the stream. But a lot of people are having a lot of fun with that. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph, has got shorts here that feature a lot of variety. Lots of outdoor footage, actually. I don't know if I noticed that before. And this creator is starting to get quite a few views here. 1,200 on a couple of these, 1,000. You notice even when I click the popular tab, they're all out of order here. That's because some of these are still getting views and haven't settled in the YouTube algorithm, it seems. Live streams are where the magic happens on this channel. So like I said, I just caught her yesterday. And she's often on with Dawn's channel. But what these creators are doing is live auction style sales. And this has become a really popular format. They've been doing this a long time though, where they put items on the screen. They give you descriptions of the item. Dawn was doing a great job yesterday. Steph came on after, at least while I was there. And then what they do is they show items on the screen. They talk about them, the history of them, who made them, if there's something that was made, or, you know, things about them. And then they end up letting you bid in the live stream, which is kind of cool. So that's another popular format as well. And hopefully everybody will check out what I'm talking about. Say hi to Mr. Steph when you're in the chat over there. The Groves Bargain Emporium, Steph has been a long-time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. But thank you for another super chat and introducing us to another friend. Always appreciated. And then Miss Liz, good to see you in the house. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not sure if that's Ms. Liz, but it's great to have you here. And it's time for me to spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Ms. Liz, there you go. Thank you. And then for anybody here in the chat, I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want it promoted. So if I say the name of your channel incorrectly, then feel free to correct me. I'd rather do it properly, so don't be afraid to give me a nudge if you need to. A Simple Family Lifestyle is up on the screen right now. This is a creator that plans to bring us lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, and a lot of positive inspiration, do-it-yourself videos, outdoor adventures, underwater videos, all kinds of stuff. And A Simple Family Lifestyle is here with us for just about every stream lately as well. Again, I don't expect it from anybody, but I do appreciate it. They're working on 4,900 subscribers now, if you can believe that, which is great to know. They're live streaming a lot of the time. They got shorts here that have gotten into 2,000 views, 2,500, 3,700. On another one. I just had spaghetti yesterday. And then live streams on the channel as well. So you see that they're doing these kind of relaxing live streams. These are meant as unattended live streams, and what that means is they can just run for hours, and it's meant with pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to be a place where people can just kind of trickle in and out and say hello to each other, possibly connect in a similar way to what we're doing here. We see more and more creators doing that again lately. And then, yes, absolutely, Ms. Liz, it's a good way to put that. Just like laughter, you're right. Music is definitely something that unites the planet, for sure. Canadian Family Life is coming up right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I didn't think today I did as much talking as I did, but I must have, because we haven't taken a lot of breaks here. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen right now, and this is Tiffany. Now, she's got a family channel, and you can see, actually, here's a good example. The whole family gets involved in the channel. They recently took a trip, and they're from New Brunswick, but they came over to Ontario. Unfortunately, they were still way too far. Many of the provinces in Canada are so huge that they're literally like, my friends, I just said, we're in a city called Thunder Bay. They're 19 hours away from me right now, on their way back, but still, it can be that long. Canadian Family Life took a trip over here, and they brought us some of that footage. This channel is known for a lot of food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking videos, baking videos. They could be out on an adventure, but most often they're bringing us into their family and into their home, with a lot of Happy Meal videos, some vlogging, a lot of product reviews, which they're doing more and more of those on the channel now. And then Canadian Family Life, her husband, Tiffany's husband, Chris, has his own channel called Chris's Creation Fun. We'll look at that in a quick second. Their shorts over here, these feature some outdoor footage more than anything else. And they've got a couple of these that have really moved with some Canadian winter weather. There are 5,400, 5,600 views on a couple of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Tiffany's another creator who can basically go live whenever she wants. She does these sporadically, usually every month or two, and she'll always have a flood of support in the chat. I think it's the reason this is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family over the year. She got to her first 3,000 in just over a year. And I believe it's for a couple of reasons. She's done a lot of collaborating with other people. So she's been featured on tons of other live stream thumbnails from other people's channels. I recognized her like all over the place, especially when she first started coming into the Tuber Chat live streams about 2.5 years ago. And also because she's out every day supporting other people. I run into Canadian Family Life every day in premieres and live streams. Most of our moderators are out doing that every day. You'll run into most of the moderators you see here. I probably see them every day. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, Just Jason Keto, the Stock Explorers pretty much out there as much as they can be. All of our moderators are out there supporting other people, but some of us literally run into each other daily. I'm sure multiple times a day for a lot of people. But that's just to give you an idea of some of the support you can expect from these creators. Chris's Creation Fun is Tiffany's husband's channel, and here he's going to do some do-it-yourself videos, 3D printing. He works on solar equipment. He put together, one of the videos is putting together the grow lights for the impeccable container garden that they feature on Tiffany's channel most of the time. And then shorts. He started with a few of these, and we're hoping to see more. The plan on this channel right now is to do a video a couple of times a month. So we'll be looking forward to more from Chris's Creation Fun too.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Be More String, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. There's Greenland Quilter Katie. She was likely live earlier and just coming in right now. But she's here for just about every stream, and thank you for that. Because we crash into everybody once every 3 weeks now when we're on our regular schedule. Actually, this week we're going to be on Saturday. I had to move things, and then we continue on every 3 days after that. The next few streams are posted on the front of the channel for anybody that wants to go look and plan. Cove Action Travel is almost brand new. They were here in the last stream where they came in for the first time. And this creator is really taking their channel very seriously. And what I mean by that is the video editing here. I just watched this video and it's truly a vlog. But what they're doing, they've got different footage. They got drones, they got stationary cameras like what you see in the thumbnail there. They could be on the road. They could have like what I imagine is a camera with a selfie stick kind of thing that I've done many times, like, you know, and most vloggers do, where you're carrying it around. And they give us beautiful views during their travel video. So I'm looking forward to more from these creators, but you see how much work they're putting into their thumbnails and presentation on the channel as well. And I've only watched the one video, but they put a lot of work into that. And then shorts on the channel as well. I've gotten into 8,000, 12,000, 20,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a while. They did one a month ago. We'll see if they're going to do more. It looks like they likely will. They seem to do these once every month or two. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And it's good to see they're already working on 5,600 subscribers. So, Scrow's Nest is coming up next. It's been a little while since we have taken a break. So what we'll do, we'll play a clip from our interview series. Again, these are creators. Actually, I'll make it quick this time. But this is Danielle and James. They come from Unstable TV. They're our favorite Irish couple, let's just say. And they moved to Australia. We talk about that in their interview and how to get over 10,000 subscribers.
So one of the questions that's going to come up, especially when we've got a channel that's just grown, I mean, you guys have content getting into like well over 200,000 views. And people are always going to want to know how they can get more views on their video shorts and streams. So what can you tell us in your experience that you would give somebody as advice now?
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, you're a master at this one.
Don't be afraid to go back and change the thumbnails and the tags and the titles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't have to be the exact same as it was when you posted it. If you have a better idea for a title or a thumbnail or a description or anything like that, go ahead and try it. Because no matter how many times you change it, YouTube is going to pick something.
Yeah.
And it might push it out more. More people might like maybe the colour scheme on it or the wording on it or something like that. And that'll help bring more people in. That's what I think anyway. Because we were afraid to do that for a long time. And then when we started doing that a little bit, we noticed a bit more growth.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's my opinion with you.
Well, a lot of what Danielle said is spot on. But the thing about it is, that's what's great about YouTube. You have that space to just go, you know, I didn't like that idea the first time it went up. Like, we've had thumbnails and we've had tags, we've had hashtags and stuff. We thought, oh, this is gonna go, it's gonna fly up. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And no, it just went straight into the toilet.
Yeah.
But that's fine, because the beautiful part is you can go back, you can change it over, you can go, I'll experiment with this. Sometimes it could be, now this is what is crazy about YouTube. Could be a tag change.
Yeah.
It could be the title. Like, as much as people go, it's the thumbnail, like the title does play a major part. because like if you turn around, let's say a plane flying in the sky, or you turn around and say a plane does a nosedive and then lands perfectly, what sounds better? Maybe that might work for some people, but see the way the two titles, like, well, I can just look at a plane and, oh, what's going to happen here?
Right.
I don't know why I used the plane, but that's just where I went for it.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right.
The contrast of like titles and tags,
it does make a difference.
It does. It's like from our experience anyway, it has. Like we've went back and sometimes we just changed the thumbnail, and that did make a big difference. Like there, what thumbnail we doing on? We done it on one of the military videos, and we done it actually the Star Spangled Banner video. Okay. We had the original thumbnail for that. We thought was the best thing we ever made. Got rid of it. See, this is what happens. Like a month later, we're like, "Wow, this is the worst thing we could have ever put up." And I know people are probably going, "No, it's really good," but this is what happens in your own head. You're like, "Wow, this is like not great," but we changed it to that one, and we love that one, and probably next month we'll change it again. But don't be afraid to change around your content and really experiment with what's out there.
That's great advice.
All right, let's take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come right back. All right, we're just about back. The next channel that we're looking at is another longtime friend. They've been with us for what I think is at least 3 years, Scrow's Nest. And this is a channel that is going to give us tips on cruising and traveling with a mobility scooter. They do a really good job because they'll talk about accessible rooms. We talk about these things differently in Canada, but accessible rooms, or they'll show you tips and tricks for things you can use if you're in a situation where you need accessibility and don't have it in the traditional sense, let's say. And you'll see what I mean on their channel. When we look at their banner, they have one of my favorite lines over the last 5.5 years. Spending our children's inheritance one cruise at a time, which I think is fantastic. So they're going to bring us a lot of travel-based content. I see they've been putting out quite a few short videos lately. I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones. I'll grab the longest one at 55 seconds here. I'll put that one in my catch-up list just so that I've got another piece of content runner watched. When we look at Scrow's Nest, we see they're closing in on 1,600 subscribers, which is great to see. And then they've got shorts on their channel as well. These feature a lot of content in line with their long form videos, but a little bit of variety as well. So when we dig through the shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 2,300, 5,900, 6,300, which is great to see. And like I said, longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters as well. I think they've been with us for 3 years-ish, somewhere around there. I'm trying to remember for the life of me how long it has been since the travel channel started to really, really pick up, and I think that's about it. Oh, this is really cool, actually. I don't know if I've read this in full before, but before a 2021 cruise, they searched YouTube for videos about cruising with a scooter, wheelchair, but found very little useful content. And now, like, obviously, YouTube really took off. I mean, it's always been the biggest video platform, or as long as I can remember, anyway. We've been here over 20 years now. Not me, but YouTube itself. And you can imagine that for a long time, people have said, like, there's a video about everything. But up until a few years ago, it really started to explode. But Scrow's Nest looked like they caught it just at the right time, which is cool. And it's great when you can have some kind of a personal twist on something that's already out there. So of course there's lots of cruising and travel content, but when you're talking to a specific audience, they really can't live without you, kind of thing, you know what I mean? Somebody was into Harley Davidson motorcycles. They couldn't live without a channel that was doing Harley Davidson content, let's just say. Oh, you got another channel. It's Chocolate Drop has another channel. My dear goodness. I got to see this. I'm just going to put it up quickly. It's Chocolate Drop we looked at already, and she's got a couple of channels. I didn't know you had a third one, but we'll have a look. So she's got a furry friend here, and just featuring this channel for a second to have a look at what you've got going on. And then just shorts for now, but I'm just going to go ahead and subscribe to it right away. And then I'll show everybody a quick trick for a second here. I'll take one of these videos. I'm just going to pause it. But if I go into the address bar on my browser here, I can go to where it has the word shorts, and I can change that to the word watch, and you'll see what happens. All the regular controls for a video come up. You still watch it in vertical mode, but you can easily use all the controls you're used to with other videos. So I'll put that into my watch later list, and let me go back for a quick second here, and I'll get another one just so that I can make sure that I get this channel a couple of videos watched. You see what I mean? When we have videos that are under 3 minutes long, I just recommend watching at least 2, but better 3 of them, let's just say. But I'm going to put another video on my catch-up list. What that will do is show YouTube that I cared so much about the YouTube, this creator's content that I went back for seconds already. Then yeah, Rockin' Coach Amy. A lot of creators have second channels. Now I don't want to recommend it to anybody, because I'm sure we can all agree that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be when we started. And I promise you, it is not the easiest trick in the world to keep up with more than one channel. Most people here can see that I do a terrible job of it now. I've always treated other people's channels better than my own, other than Tuberchat. Tuberchat's #1 for me, but when I've run other channels for other people, you know, I do more for them than I do for myself. So my channel, I rarely put content lately. I hope to do some more, but you know what I mean. And then yeah, I wouldn't recommend it for most people, but if you have really put a lot of consideration into it, then it can be complimentary, because you can cross-promote between the two, let's just say. It gives you the opportunity to put anything you want on one channel and then have a razor-sharp focused niche like we do here. Tuberchat is razor-sharp focused, right? Our copyright-free music channel is razor-sharp focused. And they only do one thing each. But I have a personal channel where I put all kinds of stuff, and including nonsense and everything else. It's Me Alec is going to bring variety on their channel. 175 subscribers. It's Me Alec's been a longtime friend and enthusiastic creator, and they post videos occasionally. They've got some shorts over here as well. It looks like they're putting out more and more of these, but they've gotten into 1,500 views on one, which is great. And then live streams on the channel. This is where I think they do the most work here, and often with StreamYard panels and interesting conversations. They've got quite a few live streams coming up. You see that I set notifications for everything I see. That is premieres and live streams, even though we have the notification bell on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then, yeah, so Covaction Travel, that's the thing. Everybody wants to make videos that are engaging, whether it's educational or entertaining or anything else. One of the things I often talk about here is the idea we all wish we could make a video that everybody's going to like, but it's really hard to do that, all but impossible. So what we do is we make a catalog of videos. We plan on making 100 videos, right? When you're just starting, it can sound like an overwhelming number, but if you look back at the beginning of Tuberchat, I started this channel 5.5 years ago. I was on for a couple years before that, but I started numbering the episodes 001. Right? So you knew I planned on doing 1,000 of these before I even started. I didn't know if we'd make it. It looks like we will, because it's only going to take another year from now. We're almost at 900. But we do, you know, as many videos as we can. We do 100 videos and then see how we feel about it, because you know you're going to improve. There's lots of strategies out there. You can do a video and say, I'm going to improve one thing every time. And after you've done 100 more videos, you will have improved 100 things. Can you imagine if there was 100 things you could improve in your videos? Because it doesn't feel like it today, but I promise you, after you've made 100 videos, you'll say like, oh yeah, there was 100 things. And, you know, things continue to grow. But the videos that do the best surprise us every time. The ones we think are going to explode don't do as well as we wish most of the time. And then when we make videos that we're like, here, I got to just throw something together, let's just do it, those sometimes end up being the best videos. Not in every case, but you know what I mean. It just, the crowd decides. We never get to pick. Greenland Quilter Katie is coming up.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
Oh, pardon me, my allergies are just on me. I'm allergic to everything. Broke but bountifully blessed. Carol is here. I've got them on the wheel. Greenland Quilter Katie. Did we look at Greenland Quilter Katie's channel? Not yet, right? Greenland Quilter Katie, she was on live earlier, so came in afterwards. Oh, and that's cool. Cove Action Travel. That makes sense. Yeah, my niche should be just doing affordable product reviews. Like product reviews of things that are affordable. It's where I knew I was going to have the best success. I figured at some point I'm going to be talking about the things we talk about here in Tuber Chat. But when I started 8 years ago, now it's soon going to be 9 years ago. But when I started, I actually ran a channel for somebody else before I even started mine. So I had practice with everything from monetization and everything else. But I just throw up all kinds of like whatever. And then at some point I'll probably stop with so much. Once I get into a groove, let's say, of making product reviews again, then I will probably cut out a lot of the other stuff that I know doesn't take off. Jose Fantasticville, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, that's really cool, Ace Flaw 1. They do a lot of travel content, actually. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 4:30 Eastern. So I didn't realize it was a schedule. I should know by now, but I didn't realize. Greenland Quilter Katie's been with us about a year, a little bit longer than that. This creator gives us a beautiful look around Greenland, but does a lot of quilting and has a lot of conversation as well. So there's a podcast on the channel. They've done shopping videos in the past. When they started coming in a year ago, they were making these videos, giving us a beautiful look around Greenland with water-based views, mountains, icebergs, glaciers, which is fascinating to me, right? Because, you know, I grew up in Toronto, I live in Niagara Falls, so I haven't seen things like this except for YouTube and this and that. This creator's got a little bit more going on, but they've got shorts on the channel that give us even more of a variety in different views around Greenland. Getting into 2,900, 3,100 views, and then live streams as well. This is where the magic happens on this channel. Now, Greenland Quilter Katie's always got StreamYard panels with lots of friends, and they're having all kinds of conversation. It can go just about anywhere while they're quilting or creating or whatever their guests are doing, and you can see that they're on regularly. So like she said, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, and I've got notifications on for these. I'm going to crash right into you again on Saturday. We've got notifications on for all of the upcoming streams, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Greenland Quilter Katie is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. And let's spin the wheel. Just Jason Keto is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then, Cove Action Travel. So I grew up in Toronto, but I moved to Niagara Falls with Kristen Welton. I don't think you've seen them in the chat yet, but they come in when they can. But we have been in Niagara Falls. She's been here her whole adult life, but we moved together just under 10 years ago. And we tend to go to Niagara on the Lake. That's the NOTL, Niagara on the Lake. I've done streams there, but it's a beautiful town where they've got buildings and things like that that are marked as historic, let's just say, like they can't be changed and everything, which is cool because they're very well upkept. It's a beautiful area, beautiful city and things like that. We did the like horse buggy carriage ride thing there as well during one of the streams. But they've got very interesting boutique shops there. So they've got one Christmas store. It's open all year, but it's just Christmas ornaments and things, decor, let's just say. And we go pretty much every year to get another ornament for the tree as a tradition. And yeah, we love the area. Kristen loves it. She likes taking people there when they visit. Jack Hunter, Hack Productions, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then Kyle Vlogs, yeah, often I'll put my name in the chat. Oh, except I can't spell it. That's, anybody can search for that and it'll come up right away. I should be number one. But it yeah, it features a lot of variety, product reviews, some of my old radio work and things like that. Just Jason Keto is up on the screen right now, beloved and dedicated moderator, another fellow Canadian, actually, and I've met up with him a few times because he's only a couple hours away from me. I see the possibility of a meetup coming soon. I was told today I might have some work around his area in the coming weeks, so we'll try to meet up if we can. Just Jason Keto is going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, especially when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He's got a video coming out on Saturday, and we're going to raid into that actually after Tuber Chat. We're on at a different time, a little bit earlier. We're hoping to catch some of our friends in the UK and maybe other areas. Just Jason Keto is working on 6,800 subscribers, so his channel's really moving. And then Jack Hunter, Hack Productions. When it comes to the idea of swapping playlists, that's an arrangement that can be made. Most people do it over like any social network. Some people just talk about it right here. Okay, what playlist do you want me to run and this and that. So you can make those arrangements. In my opinion, the best idea is to message everybody like either on Instagram or Facebook or, you know, Twitter or wherever you like to message people. The reason why is because what we're doing here goes far beyond the idea of subscribing to channels and things like that. Nobody's like worried about what content everybody makes. We're worried about connecting with creators of the same mindset, regardless of category or niche. And then you might make fans. You might make your new friends into fans of the style of content that you make or genre or category. So my opinion is the best idea is to swap Instagrams or Facebook, you know, names or whatever, you know, you feel like doing, because that's how you get a friendship really going, right? You can have a whole conversation, whereas here, you know, it's bite-size. You know, what playlist do you want, this, that, and then it could be done quickly. So it's just an idea. Yeah, but thank you, Jack Hunter, Hack Productions. I'm always happy to talk about all this stuff, and I'd rather clarify for everybody because it's a common question, right? One of the things that I did learn while I was working in radio, like I talked about, they taught us, you know, it's basically a new show every 10 minutes, even though you're on for hours at a time. And it's a little bit different on YouTube, but you understand it can be the same. We never know who is, we never know when somebody is just coming in and hearing something for the first time. So even though I say things a million times here, I know that not everybody hears it. That's why, like, a lot of our friends, especially our moderators, but a lot of friends who are here for every stream and for hours at a time, which I appreciate, might see like those clips from our interview series over and over and over again. And I promise you, I know what it's like. But there are a lot of people who have not seen them all. Like, and because the average, I should calculate it out, the average time that people spend here in Tuber Chat. But I can show you for an example. This is not accurate because it's not telling just the time people are spending. This is Streamlabs and it keeps statistics, and I copy these out every day. But here's a running total of approximately how many hours people have been here. So the first page is 18 people. I just know that because I copy this all the time. So let's say the top 10 people. Anybody outside the top 10 chatters today have not been here for a full hour. That gives you an idea of what I'm talking about, right? And I appreciate every moment, I promise I do, but that's just to show you how that simple thing works, and some reasoning why I say the same things over and over and over and over again. But I'm always happy to do it because we always have new people in the chat, even though we're on number 885. The idea of swapping playlists has been exactly the same for 5.5 years, right? So it's an interesting idea. And then Oh, thank you, Jack Hunter. I appreciate that. Yeah, we do. A lot of people are willing to help with that. Angel Light Over Darkness 33, good to see you in the house. I just dropped a link for a raid. Thank you, Scratch and PPA, for the reminder, because I was letting time get away from me. We'll try to speed things up right now. Let me spin the wheel right away. We'll get moving. But just Jason Keto up on the screen right now, like I said, is a beloved and dedicated moderator. He has got a lot of recipes and product reviews on his channel talking about the idea of keto-based diet or lifestyle, let's just say. His recipes are all easy and simple, both, and only feature a few ingredients ever. He's got a new one coming out on Saturday. Pardon me. And then this creator also will bring things like product reviews like we'd expect for things around the kitchen. But he also does traditional product reviews as well. He'll give us a little bit of variety in taking us out to a destination if he's going to visit Niagara Falls, or if he goes on a trip to the United States or something like that. Just a tiny bit of variety. Now, he's got a second channel, and I'm going to show you that in a few minutes. That's where he intends on putting all of that content now. So this channel will have a razor sharp focus, let's just say, which it already pretty much does, 99%. He's probably done 100 chaffle recipes. I keep saying that. It's got to be much more. At some point, I'll have to say 200. Not yet, though. But he's known for these chaffles. And if you haven't seen what those are, I recommend going to his channel to see what I'm talking about. Shorts on this channel give us a hint about healthy-looking grilling shorts and things like that. These have gotten into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views. One over 22,000. And I've seen that one, and I promise you that's entertaining as well. Jason has a lot of guests on the channel, both in videos and in live streams. So often he will live stream with a friend like Consume the Goodness or Rockin' Coach Jamie, who's here with us today. And many more guests on the channel. We looked at one of his live streams earlier when we were talking about Matt and Mouse. He's on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He skipped today, but other than that, he's usually on every Thursday. And it could be Jason giving us a chance to get to know him and do some Q&A, particularly keto and YouTube are what we talk about more than anything else. But he's got a vibrant community that helps with questions and comments when we have things to talk about in the chat, which is always, if that makes any sense the way I'm saying it. And then Emotion New Soul is in the house. The Source is coming up. I know the Source happens to be live right this second as well. We saw that when their channel came up on our homepage. There they are right there. And the Source is always doing all kinds of different things over here. And then Emotion New Soul is coming up. The only thing that is an issue with Tuber Chat and what we're doing here is the idea that I got to speak so fast, and really what we're doing is putting channels on the screen to talk about them. So when I talk about details or experience or things that we wonder about or know or whatever you want to call it, I got to race through it so fast. So usually when I'm on other people's channels, then we deep dive into the tips and tricks and experience and things like that, if that makes any sense. So thank you for the super chat, Jack Hunter. So here, from the beginning, for the last almost 5.5 years, the idea is that I have this list. That's the Streamlabs thing I was showing everybody a moment ago. And we put channels on the wheel based on how active they've been in the chat. It's not just about how long you're here, but it's some kind of arbitrary calculation between how much chat activity along with the time that you've been here, right? And but I always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And then super chatters and membership gifters get added to the screen right away. They skip the wheel as soon as those things happen. So I'm going to put your channel up next. And thank you for the super chat. It's just important for me to say, because I know we got a couple new channels today. We have new channels every day, but I think we got a couple new channels right now today. Super chats and memberships are not necessary here. The wheel and the screen are open to everyone. Some days we get through more channels than others, and we always get to at least a couple channels from the chat, regardless of memberships and super chats and things like that. We're usually here for 3 hours. We do as much as we can. We're actually going to go overtime right this second, but I'll be as fast as I can. Michael's Adventures is going to drop a premiere, and we can go over there and connect the same way we do here, because he's a moderator here. He does it exactly the same way. Pardon me, in his live chat. So you meet more friends over there. We'll raid in there. Yeah, but thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And just for the sake of saying, when we talk about the idea of memberships and super chats, especially here, like I say, it really is absolutely unnecessary. I'm lucky enough to be able to work full time, so I do. So it's not like YouTube is, something that I rely on or anything like that. That's why it's open to everyone. But the wheel and the screen, in my opinion, are less important than anybody thinks. I think it's the least important part of what we're doing. I know everybody likes having their channel on the screen. I know everybody likes me talking about it. But this is just what I'm doing while we're here connecting in the chat. That's why I called the channel Tuber Chat instead of Tuber Guy or Tuber Man or Tuber Screen or all the other things we could have called it, because the magic happens in the friendships that are made between creators in the chat. And that's the truth, right? And when I put a channel on the screen, like the source is up right now, but it's not like 5 or 10 people are going to go running over there and subscribe right this second, because that's not how this works. Some of the people who already know this channel might go over there because they know he's live now. But Michael's Adventures premiere just started also. So that's already running. The chat's ready to go. There's the source right now. So, like I said, we knew, actually, I went on the homepage for a second, so we knew you were live. But this creator also lets people connect. I think almost everybody here in the Tuber Chat family allows that. Gloria's Platter would. Ms. TT Mixed Vlogs probably does. I'm not sure if they do live streams, actually, and forgive me for not being sure. Angel Light Over Darkness, of course, would. Pretty much everybody, right? The Source does a lot of variety. We get a chance to get to know the creator behind the channel. They actually post a lot of variety in videos and a few clips from the live streams on the channel. That, in my opinion, is where the magic happens over here. This creator's been with us for many months now, and I think since the day they first came in, they've been sending us at least one friend a day, or at least every time we stream, let's just say at least one. And I appreciate it for sure. This creator's got quite a few shorts. They're starting to move 1,200, 1,500, and live streams. So they do these regularly. I think they're live every day. They put a lot of focus on other channels. So they've got these support wheel streams, similar in idea to what we're doing here. We might call it a growth stream. Then a lot of interviews. They've been promoting a lot of other channels, which is great to know. I'm always happy to see people using their powers for good. Forgive me, I think I spun the wheel already. No, maybe I'm wrong. That's okay. Emotion New Soul is coming up. They're another beloved and dedicated moderator, and I'm going to start racing through these channels.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
My mistake. Jack Hunter's coming up, and then we'll look at Emotion New Soul. Forgive me. I'm racing now. This is when mistakes happen, right? Is when you're rushing, but I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody. So thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support, and thank you, Scratch and PPA. I figured he was going to catch that. Dude Tunes is a longtime friend. He's got some new videos up, and then Jack Hunter is working on 2,800 subscribers. Now this is a brand new channel in our chat. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos here. I'll take the latest one. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I will give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet new creators from around the world in different time zones. And then thank you one more time, Jack Hunter. Forgive me, I almost missed you there, but again, it's just from racing because Michael's Adventures is already on, and I've been overtime the last like 3 streams or something. Emotion New Soul is a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. You notice he's got an official artist channel. This creator brings his original music in the form of music videos more than anything else. When you hear his voice for the first time, you will probably feel like you already know this artist. I believe that that comes not just from his music, but from his experience writing music and producing music. He actually gives us a behind-the-scenes look at how he makes his music with his full Logic setup. This creator also does reaction videos. He fills in the channel with some shorts, some compilations of his music, and he actually does live performances as well. And then he's got another channel called Writing with Emotion New Soul. And this is where we get that behind-the-scenes look more than anything else, where he's got the Logic setup. We get to learn about how the music is made, the man behind the music as well. He's got some more shorts over here, a couple of reaction videos, and a few live streams that I believe are compilations on that channel. So hopefully everybody will connect with Writing with Emotion New Soul. Cabra, our universe is in the house. I'm going to have to cut it for channels for today, because we're way over time. And Michael's Adventures actually suggested it a while back. He said I should make a rule where channels don't get added if they've been here during the last 15 minutes, just because I keep doing this. I keep going overtime. I'm trying to keep my keep promises up, but I'm gonna have to start doing something about that, because we have been here for almost 3 hours. My voice can't take it, and I don't want to tie everybody up forever. We always have to think about our moderators too. You know, they're volunteering in most cases their time to help, and we want to be considerate of their time, and you know, everybody's got different things to do. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol is going to give us information on surviving with Social Security after retirement. So this creator is going to give us a lot of budget friendly ideas. I'm just going to take their latest video, put it into that catch up playlist I keep talking about, and you see from the thumbnails a lot of spiritual inspiration on the channel as well. She's got shorts over here that have started to move, one of them into 1,100 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel. These are fairly frequent. She even did one last week. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. I got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. And then let's drop this link for Michael's Adventures again. And I'll come over there after as well. I'm not going to play the outro of the channel for today. We'll just cut after the next channels. Kyle Vlogs will be up, and then just please say Tuber Chat Raid when you get over there, and it's already running. PK Adventure Travels is Ryan and Mel. You recognize Ryan Parker Studios in the chat earlier.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Target Prime Rib, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at PK Adventure Travels, we see Ryan and Mel together. This is another couple that has an incredible chemistry between the two of them. They share the camera and video work here. I was taken away with this channel right away when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family, which is many, many, many months ago. I'm not sure if it has been more than a year. Possibly, yeah. Lots of videos I've been through here. So the first thing I saw from them, I probably ran the first video, but I watched the ship tour. And it's so long ago now, but they do a lot of different travel. It's from the perspective of travel agents. So they might do room tours or ship tours. They might talk about amenities or excursions or features on the ships or changes that could be made. Ryan keeps up with a lot of news. He's got an entire series on the channel of travel and cruising news. And then they do some RV camping as well. And they take us to places like Disney. I've got the latest video on my catch-up list. One of them, I don't know why my red line's not all the way across, so I've got that in my catch-up list to rerun as well. I see they're doing members-only content on the channel, which is great. They've gotten into 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 views on some of the shorts. Live streams are frequent. They're on every Thursday, so they were like, yeah, they just finished a few minutes ago. They're on at 7 every Thursday, and so I usually crash into everybody every 3 weeks because of the way the calendar falls when you stream every 3 days. So hopefully I'll catch you for the next one, and that's already set up. I got notification on for that. And then when we go to the homepage, we see Ryan Parker Studios as a second channel. He's actually live right now. I didn't realize that. This creator, I'm not sure how often he live streams, if it's every week or every day. 10 hours ago, a day ago. Yeah, so he's on every day because he's on with Eddie Lugo Studios and other creators for the morning quickie, and then they do a lot of travel talk as well between a few creators that get together. So it's great to collaborate. This channel's growing now, working on 1,300 subscribers and a few shorts that Ryan's got over here as well. Cooking videos more than anything else. So I think we're looking at variety on this channel. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. I really do. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to, but I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I am going to put Cabaret Universe up in a quick second here, but Kyle Vlogs is coming up. This is another longtime friend, another enthusiastic creator who is always active in the chat. Doing this way wrong now, switching browsers. Kyle Vlogs, I'm just going to grab your latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Like I said, this creator brings pure variety, but travel content as well and conversation. Shorts on this channel feature pure variety, getting into 34,000, 40,000, 53,000, which is great to see. There's more information on the About section, so we can get to know what the creator intends with content on the channel. They've done a live stream a month ago. We'll see if they've got another one coming up for a cruise that they're going to take for the Christmas season, which is kind of cool. And then Cabaret Universe is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. We'll make a quick exit after this channel. I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators and thank them for all they do as well, because they help me make this look easy. Cabaret Universe brings gaming, movies, music, and shorts. This creator's been a friend of many years. I've caught them many times for live streams. They tend to do a lot of video gameplay. They're posting some classic film lately as well, so they're expanding the content on the channel. But they tend to do things in series, if you want to put it that way. So they'll usually play one game for a week or a while, and then they'll switch to another game, They give us tech reviews as well and tutorials. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 48,000, 169,000 on one of these, and then live streams on the channel as well. Like I said, I've caught them many times. They're usually gaming. They could be on panel, but this creator does a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're streaming as well. Thank you, Angel Light Over Darkness. I know today's been an overwhelmingly busy day. It started slower than usual and then just got overwhelming towards the